War is coming to Kryn.
And now I'm drinking.
Was the meeting that bad?
It was party plan meeting with Big Mama.
Oh yeah, that was that. That was that bad.
It was, dude.
Well,
it's literally
Rose?
Huh?
Rose?
Big Mama.
No, Big Mama.
Who's Big Mama?
It's one of our civilians.
She's
She's over here, and she wants a. We're trying to plan a Christmas party with a group of people, but instead it's just her planning last year's party again.
That's what she does every year.
Yep.
That's why it's the same place every fucking year.
Where are you going?
Well, there's no other place to go that's open late.
No, that's bullshit. There's so many other places on this island. It's their Christmas party.
No, so like
The golf course?
golf course. It's the only place open till 4 that'll allow us. Like all the hotels kick you out at like.
But she
I mean,
starts
Opera
it.
Hotel.
Yeah, but she starts it so fucking early that it doesn't
Be
matter.
out by like midnight or 1 or something.
Yeah, but we could go to like Quinta da Albuquerque. They're not gonna kick us out. Especially if we rent the whole venue. No. She's full of shit.
But either way, I don't care that's a golf course. The golf course is fine. It's just like we're trying to get a budget. She's like, well, we're using last year's menu. Everyone loved it, and we're like,
It's because it's
They're
the same
gone.
fucking menu.
and we're like, okay. I don't. Well, no, because it's ours is mostly Portuguese that go to it, the party. But I'm like, yeah. But guess what? Y'all didn't fucking fundraise. We got $4,000. Like.
Yeah, they didn't do anything this year for the physical.
Actually, yeah, move the donkey, please. Yeah, no,
You,
it's. I don't have much patience for her anymore.
Dude, I literally, I don't quit things, but I'm about to quit this. Like,
dude, if you
the
quit
only reason we get anywhere is because Barrios comes and kind of prods.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the type of, I'm not going to argue with her, and like we're all sitting there trying to come up with ideas, and everything's just like no.
Yeah.
It's like having Angela Martin on your party planning committee.
So
No, it would never work here.
I didn't get the chance to write the background stuff for you. However, you will recognize the marshal. Okay. And let me see how much you.
Do you know who's doing your party? Do you know who's planning your party?
Okay, I'll take it.
I'm trying to see about them.
Do I know
The amount you have stashed is the amount
Yeah.
you owe her.
DD swapsies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you go into D&D Beyond. Go
we can
to
get, like,
Dragonlance.
Y'all
Talked
squadron
to
war.
Barstead. He
Did
took
he be
over.
on-
He took over.
Yeah, I'm no longer the president.
Perfect.
of
Am I
our
not?
booster
Oh, because
club.
I'm not connected.
I'll give you 10 over.
And type in
So
Dragonlance for the
I
actual
got all that
like,
shit
source
set
book.
up, and I was like, there you go.
Bottle opener.
On the fridge.
Um,
Good one.
actually, I'll try to pull it up with you.
I got
Oh
it.
yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to look it up.
I got you. I'll pull it up right now. Because I know what I'm looking for. Because I've been reading like a mofo.
Oh,
I won't lie. I
Actually,
didn't,
just
I
come
didn't
here.
see that he
I have to download it.
Hey, just come here.
was
I got
coming
it.
because he put up
I got it.
of it. So I was about to be like, hey, we cancel because it's 3.
So,
And I was kind of like,
motherfucker.
I'd be okay.
Okay, so this is Kalaman. Okay.
I leave in 2
You would be
days.
familiar with
and I'm
all of
gonna
these
miss it. Be
locations.
late
Wyham's
on my next
Apothecary,
assignment.
the Steady Beacon. You
Should've
know where
already
all
done
these are at.
Well, I know all my teachers. I'm like,
So
hey,
you don't have
I
to memorize
literally
right now.
didn't understand how
I'll
these
send
classes
you
work
this
because they changed
version
our
of the
curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it used to be
But
minimum 4 weeks,
your-
maximum 10 weeks. You do
your,
whatever order you wanted. You could
Your
fucking-
gold.
You
You
do them
need to
all
pick
in
somewhere on the map that you
under 4
have it
weeks turn
buried
in, and 4
inside
weeks
or
you don't
outside of the
class.
city.
Or you do them all the last day.
Somewhere you have
Yeah.
it hidden because you
And
would
they
have
changed
made
it,
all that money
so
at Wanderer's
I was
Rest.
like, cool.
Where like
I didn't
the
realize
marshal
that it
or
late.
knights and
So my
soldiers
shit's
typically
late
go
now,
gamble
and
and rest and relax.
I'm getting D's
So you'll
because it's
go
late.
the
Like,
weekly assignments?
Wanderer's Rest, which is
which have a grace period of being late though. They can be up to a week late without.
Sorry, it's the steady beacon.
Dude, it doesn't
I've
You
never
know
had
the
a
person with the
class
steady
like that.
beacon,
So
which is here.
my school was nationally
you know
accredited.
Jesse
They wanted a
Fell.
regional accreditation,
That's
change their curriculum, and they're
Just
still
like you're
calling
gonna know the
life-based
Marshal,
learning. It's not life-based learning.
who is right here.
Fucking piece of shit computer.
Marshal Nestor Vendry. I'll know both of them.
So, but anyways, I emailed my teachers. The first
like
one
I said,
was like,
I'll
hey,
compile all that
as
and
long
send
as
it
you
to you.
communicate with me,
I've had
I'm
no-
not going to take out off points for late homework. As long as I know ahead of time that it's going to be late.
Yeah.
But please try to get them on time.
Stay outside.
Then the other
Be
teacher,
stealthy.
I'm like,
You'll see
so
how
I
good it
said
goes,
to
my
me,
guy.
I sent the same message.
We will
like,
see.
Hey, this is my second time taking these courses. I didn't get any late doc for late on my last course. I must have turned them in. I did not realize that there's now deadlines and stuff. The deadlines actually affected my grade and stuff like that. That they're, you know. And he's like, I'm like, what? Is there any way I can do some extra credit to make up for the points I'm going to miss on the first two assignment? Also, I'm going to be out of the country for the next 2 months. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be behind on the next unit as well. Is there any way I can keep myself from losing points on that? He just messaged back. He's like, well, I outlined how I do my grading in the live lecture. I see you haven't done it yet. Well, then,
Why don't you kiss my ass?
no shit. No shit, I haven't done it yet. So tell, you know, and then he's like, well, if you want to set up an appointment to call, I'm like, dude, I'm 6 hours ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like, you know how hard it is to get an appointment with you to fucking call you when you're free? Like, no. Just tell me what I need to do. Can I do extra credit? Yes or no? Like, it's a fucking easy answer.
I'm glad I just finished my class.
Mine starts today. So, okay, gentlemen, we are down a player because your wife is currently on vacation, sir. And we've had a player quit. So Columbus the Cooked officially died in the invasion of Vogler. He was injured in the boats, and in the terror that ensued, he fell overboard. Nobody found him, and he died. So Columbus is dead.
I like to think he was eaten by the ogre.
Fuck me. So, you guys no longer have Columbus as a party mate. That being said, the only thing you found left in the boat was the Islamic war horn. So, whoever would like to put that in inventory for the moment, feel free.
I absolutely think he should have disappeared in a strip club.
The dancing gnome. So, okay. So last session ended with you guys fighting off a horde of Draconians, Copper Draconians, also known as Bras. You saved some more villagers. You fended off against an ogre with a giant barrel of fish underneath her arm. And as you finished the combat, Derek helping you, Jayev entered and had a Islamic light helmet that he handed to you guys, who would in turn handed it to Derek, and said that he saw Becklin fall into combat. And as you got on the boats and sailed away, you watched Vogler burn to the ground and be looted by the Red Dragon Army.
Doorbell would open this.
So, you guys officially are awakening the next day. And you are coming up along the coast of Kalaman. You guys didn't manage to get a long rest on this travel across the Vanguard. It was hectic and crazy. You had villagers crying out. You tried to keep the boats together so people wouldn't get lost. It was too busy for you guys to get a good night's sleep as you evacuated from Vogler. So as you come down the river towards Kalaman, towards the bay. So, and this is what you guys see. The walled city of Kalaman rises in the distance, spreading across the southern shore of a wide bay. Ships sail to and from the city's walled harbor, their courses lit by a pair of towering beacons. On the shore ahead, where the Vanguard River meets the Kalaman Bay. Dozens of survivors from Vogler have pulled their mismatched boats ashore and begun making camp. So, on the map, I'll point to you guys. Move this, just so you guys can see. This is where the Vanguard, where the city is, where Kalaman is. You guys are just off the northern coast, where the river begins to meet the bay. Okay, so you're just up here. Vogler, for reference, was just up over this way. So, you guys are pulling your boat up. You're getting in close. Is there anything you would do or say as you're coming in for beaching on the coast?
Run easy. Don't let the filthy refugees in.
Already give Derek.
You have
box.
given. You have not.
Alright. Hey Derek,
Yes.
see that box?
What box?
The one you're sitting on.
He stands up, and the boat starts to shift and rock a little bit. And he looks down, and there's this kingfisher box that's roughly 3 feet long, by 1.5 wide. It's not very deep. It's probably 4 inches deep. And this thing, he goes to pick it up, and again, the boat shifts and starts to rock a little bit.
Calm down. That's from Becklin. For you.
And Derek, his face starts to go calm and solemn, and he sits down. And he doesn't mean to sit down forcefully, but he kind of plops in the boat again, shifts, and starts to rock. Okay. And
I sit down next to him.
okay,
I give him a little shoulder nudge.
the boat
And
rocks.
I hand over the letter that Becklin gave me, instructing me to give that to him, in addition to the praise for him that she told me about in the letter. I give him that as well.
So he opens it and he reads the letter, and you can see like these tears start to form a little bit, but he kind of turns his head, sniffs a little bit, and wipes it away. And then he
Sniffs
opens
the tears.
Exactly. And he takes and he opens up this box, and inside the box is a very ornate, polished steel armor set of knight's armor, the Knight of Solamnia. And Derek looks at it. He seems almost breathtaking, and this time the tear actually falls. And he looks at you specifically, Calabar, and he says, "When we hit the shore, I need your help putting this armor on." And he doesn't say anything else. He just kind of looks at you, and you understand that his look is one of thanks and gratitude.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know how to process the emotion that comes with the armor, given what just happened. No, he's got like that 1,000-yard stare that goes with it, you know. Yeah. So here's a description for you guys. Inside the box is a suit of plate armor filigreed with Solomonic knotwork, perfectly sized for Derek's use. There's no note, however, there is. Yeah, so it's very finely filigreed. We're gonna say that this armor has a sword running down the center. And if you guys remember from some of what I've said before, that is the symbol for the Knights of the Sword, which is the initial group you join in with the Knights of Solamnia, I believe. I have to retouch that. But it's a sword engraved in the front of it with the filigree all around the outside.
It is of the swords.
Mm-hmm. However, he's not actually a Knight of Solamnia yet, so it's just what she thought he'd be good at. I'm sorry, did anybody say they wanted to do anything?
What time is it? It's morning time, right?
It's dawn.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not anything on the boat.
Okay.
Oops, no.
Nothing else? Nobody? Okay. What's your guys' passive perception with level up?
I'll tell you in about sometime.
You should close everything, dude.
No, I have nothing open.
Nothing at all?
12.
No, it's just it restarted. It's been updating like crazy.
10.
10?
I have a 12.
Okay. I'm pretty sure yours is 14 on Calabar.
I think mine's 14, but
Can I find a cloak around before leaving? You know, anything with a hood on, or
Unfortunately, you did not manage to find one within the boat. People left Vogler with essentially the things on their back or what they could scrounge, so everything in the boat is claimed.
do I?
Just find a weak refugee and steal his clothes.
Jesus Christ.
Do you have common clothing?
He's looking for a cloak so he can hide his identity.
Yeah.
Commoner's clothing comes with a traveling cloak now.
Should. At least with a hood.
Clothes, travelers. Does it?
Then you should have a hood.
Then
Travelers should
I guess
have
I'm
a
okay.
If you click on it, it should tell you what's in
we're
it.
going to D&D.
Set of clothes could consist of boots, wool, skirt or breeches, a sturdy belt, a shirt, perhaps with a vest or jacket, an ample cloak with a hood. Okay.
Yeah.
I will put that on.
So, you have a cloak. So as you guys are pulling up, you notice a couple of things that are happening on the shore ahead of you. You're about 4 minutes from beaching. One, you see Raven trying to wrangle the group that's there. You also notice that there's an older refugee couple that are trying to disembark and are slipping and falling out of the boat. You also notice that there's a couple of youths that seem like they're up to no good, as they're kind of eyeing the crowd and the stuff that was brought along them.
Sorry.
So you guys both notice this.
What was that? Sorry.
You notice an old couple that's having a hard time getting out of the boat, and they're slipping and falling all over themselves trying to get onto shore. And a couple of kids that look like they're sizing people up, and they're kind of perusing other people's goods, while Raven is trying to organize the refugees as they assemble on the beach.
I grab the old person with my long ass arms and sit them on the shore, one at a time.
You're still 4 or 5 minutes from the beach, sir.
Oh. I thought you said they're struggling to get on. Oh, they're okay.
Yeah, you're seeing it.
Javelin at the little.
You still
like it.
Timmy just flies into the tree down the road.
I rope the old people and pull them back into the water.
Shit.
No.
So you guys are seeing this, and Darrett's aware of what's going on. He can see most of it, but you can see he's still distracted a little bit by the situation, especially by the armor he's just been given as you guys are pulling up onto the beach. Anything you guys want to say or do? Because these two don't notice shit. Just you two have.
Question: Is it just us on this boat?
There's the two of the refugees.
Us and
you guys, two of the refugees, and Darrett are on this boat. It's two of the militia members that were helping you guys fight off everything when you were in that giant clusterfuck.
Hey, look at my bag.
In your bag?
he's the only one who doesn't know. So
Roll me an animal handling check for me, please. Not one. So as he says, "Look in my bag," this little, like, is it bronze or copper? I think it's copper, right? I believe it's copper. That's acid damage.
I think it's copper.
This little
I like copper
lizard with wings flies out of his bag and starts flapping around, gets up on his shoulder, and the two villagers in the boat freak the fuck out. And the boat's now shifting in the water like crazy, and the villagers are screaming. Meanwhile, your little dragon goes, "Dad! Dad! Hungry! Food, please!" In Draconic.
Well, I got rations. Pull out two of those rations because he's getting bigger now.
And as you pull out these rations, he just smashes his face into it and starts eating. You're seeing this. The villagers are freaking out. The boat is rocking. Darrett is now looking at you and saying, "What the hell is that, and why do you have it?"
Is that a chicken?
It's just a bird I caught out in the wilderness.
My boy.
And as you say
My
that,
son.
Bougie's head pops up and looks at you and goes, "Bird my ass," and gets back in the food.
Darren doesn't know what he said.
Well, he says it in Draconic, and Darrett catches on that the thing just responded to you intelligently. And Darrett goes, "There's no way that that's a bird. It has scales and it responded to you. I saw it."
No, it's a bird. It's a condor.
Roll me a deception check at disadvantage.
Well, that's a nat 20
It's like a foot.
and an 18.
Okay. So you say that, and he thinks about it for a second. He goes, "Man, maybe it is just a scaly bird."
Maybe
He's
it is
beginning
a
to be
bird.
convinced, but he's not fully convinced.
Give you more food if you get back in the bag for a little bit.
And Darrett just looks at you. He goes, "Is it really though?"
That's what it looks like, doesn't it?
And Darrett is now having a crisis in his head and has no idea what to believe anymore. Congratulations, you have now broken.
flying squirrel.
You have now broken Darrett. Meanwhile, the villagers are still freaking out because they recognize the scales as the same as what they were fighting.
I'm gonna be like, hey, like 4 more rations in the bag. Just go in there until we get in town, buddy.
Animal handling check.
8 plus. Oh, I don't even know where I'm at.
You automatically pass it because you rolled lower.
10.
Okay. So he looks at you and he goes, "Fine." And he crawls into the bag, and the little bit of ration that was left in your hand, he takes to the back claw and just grabs it while he's getting into your bag.
So that was a bird.
Yeah, looked like a chicken to me.
Darrett is sitting there holding his head like, "Oh my god, what is going on? What is life?"
I'm just thinking of Eddie Murphy. Well, maybe it wasn't you.
You just gaslit Darrett. I'm a little mad.
Look at the filters. What'd you see?
You ain't see shit. Okay.
Well, why do you have that?
Oh, my sister.
Why do you have that bird?
Guys, can we take 10 minutes? This is an important call. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Bridge.
Well, you see. Oh, no, I don't want to tell you all this right now. It's too much. So I'll just.
You got 10 minutes.
Hey,
10 minutes.
Can we trust him?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, no, I was talking about
Alright. So.
the Christmas stuff.
Oh, there, you know everything.
Okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
I gotta find that whole thing in Discord back there.
He
So
found this bird. It was an egg.
Yes.
It hatched. And now the bird's no longer an egg.
I'll pull up the Discord. I'll let you just read the background. My background was.
Alright.
You know these villagers still don't believe you though, because you were trying to deceive Darrett, not the villagers. So these villagers are still tripping balls because they recognize the scales.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, why
Even Darrett. That's why Darrett's having a crisis of self, because he recognizes the scales as the same as the Bass Draconians you were fighting. He doesn't want to believe you, but you fucked his head up so bad and gaslit him so bad that he's trying to believe you.
I'm just gonna wait. How do you see the direct message on here? Or you sent me the.
This is on chat, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, is it on
It's
Messenger?
it's on direct message in Discord. So go to the top where you see the little chat bubble, tap that, and then go to my name, Johnny Saxman.
Yep.
There you go. It's in there.
Perfect. You just read that. This is like my background. And I still.
And these
I stole
villagers
an
are
egg.
starting, and these villagers are starting to rock the boat
But
more.
anyways,
and
I'm
more.
like, what are you guys freaking out about?
Like the lizard thing, because you were gaslighting Darrett. These guys
Yeah.
are still tripping balls.
What lizard thing?
And Darrett looks at them and goes, oh, maybe it's a bird. I don't know.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, you guys. When was the last time you guys slept? Are you okay?
They're like, it went in your bag. I saw it. Roll me a deception check. Again, at disadvantage.
That's bad. That's a 4. Plus whatever.
The end part.
My.
They don't believe you. And Darrett now is having more of a crisis of self because he doesn't know if he should believe you or these villagers. However, the villagers no longer see it, so they're starting to calm down, but they're like, what the fuck was it? What was it? They don't know. You could probably tell it was just an iguana. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's just.
It was a bird.
Yeah. I mean, it's this bird lizard I caught out in the wilds.
And the villagers start to calm down a bit. Just a little bit, but they're still wondering. And then they look at Calavar and they go, You use godlike abilities. I don't know what blessing that was. Surely you can kill whatever weird lizard thing that
I was
was.
like, where's the
I'm
egg?
not
Like, it's
sure
But
what
this
you
is
think
all
you
this is
saw.
all stuff you know.
But
You know all
and
this.
then he'll
so, like,
reveal
oh, there's
the mages
army,
of high
these are-
sorcery.
Amulet.
people that
amulets.
are in the army, stuff like that.
I've been trained in arcana and wizardry for years.
You're gaslighting them too.
I'm just telling everyone that. Yeah.
Yep.
Roll me deception with advantage.
Okay.
That gives you advantage because it's honest. At least it's a plausible lie versus it's a chicken.
And it's
So
kind
I'm not trying to deceive them.
And it's kind of unbelievable that he would have those powers, anyways.
Well, it's
Can I
not
try
that
to-
because it has a cleric, it is holy powers, but it's that he was using
Yeah.
is what they saw. So it is still a deception check. It's just an honest deception. It's lying by
Do I have a
omission.
plus?
Yeah.
No, 14.
A 14.
It's up.
Just
So they believe you, and they sit down. They're wondering a little bit, but they believe what you said.
Now is really not the time to think about that. And then he'll just kind of gesture behind him.
Towards the
towards
smoke
the-
in the distance.
Well, no, towards the shores they're heading for, and the
Okay.
refugees are trying to offload.
Okay.
That's probably what they need to start focusing on.
Okay. And the villagers nod their head. And as militiamen, they start to think of that sense of duty that they owe to Vogler and the people. So, you guys are officially starting to beach.
Are these they're rowboats, right?
Sure.
No.
Protect,
You're
telling
beaching, so it don't matter.
telling the militia guys that are with us, say, help those who can't help themselves, and keep would-be thieves at bay.
And they look at you and go, would be
Spreading.
thieves. We've never had thieves among Voglers.
I'm sorry to say you're not quite Voglerians anymore.
I don't know.
You're nomads.
And he goes, I never thought we'd ever be this way, but I suppose we're refugees now.
Yes.
And he just nods his head.
So gather your militia. Help those who cannot help themselves.
And they just
Watch
nod.
out for the baddies.
And as you say that, Derek looks at you, and you see, it's not really like a light bulb, because he's already realized it, but it's, again, the calm acceptance you saw when JF came back.
Where's Jail?
Or he's in a different boat. He's going to be in the boat that had Columbus fall off the edge and has
Even more reason
your wife's
to
character, I'm
trust
sorry, I can't
him.
remember her name right now, passed the fuck out of pain.
Talia.
Yeah, Natalia, thank you.
Please let us find his body strung up in a strip club.
Did you guys go to one of those this weekend or something? Is that what
We
it is?
didn't.
He did.
Ah. He went to the one in Angra? Yeah, I feel like he probably caught something, but okay. Okay, so you guys are starting to come up to the shore, and as you dock 3 or 4 boats to your left, we'll say, you see the old couple. The old man's managed to get out, but he's on a knee in the sand. He's covered in water. He's struggling to get up. His wife is kind of waving her arms over the side of the boat, trying to help him stand, but they're clearly struggling. These kids are starting to rifle through more people's stuff, but these people are distracted because they're arguing with other people as to what they should do and where they are. Raven is still struggling to get the people to come together on this beach to start moving towards Kalaman, or at least get some plan of action in place.
Are the kids close to the water?
The kids are about 60 feet, 70 feet from you. Further up the shore among the cargo and some of the people.
I'm gonna help the old people
Okay.
get out.
What do you guys want to do?
We don't know it's the kids, right?
Have you guys told them what's going on around you? The closer you get, the more you notice. However, the kids you've not noticed yet. You notice the old couple.
Colorado mentioned the kids.
Okay.
Because he would have telling the other militiamen to look out for thieves and stuff. I assume the others would have heard it as well and are
Absolutely.
also looking. So hopefully they would see them by now.
Absolutely. So, yes, then you guys recognize this as well.
They are for sure stealing.
You can check.
Alright,
It looks
at the
way
big
too
one.
sketchy to be okay. I'll put it that way.
I'm gonna walk over there and sniff out what's happening.
Okay.
I'm just gonna observe and laugh at them quietly to myself.
Okay. He's gonna help pull the beach to shore and laugh at you guys while you're helping. What is Calabar doing?
Calabar's watching everyone kind of split and do stuff. Probably standing after helping Derek take the box out of
The one you had strapped to your back.
the boat. Yeah, helping him take that out of the boat. I'm assuming Derek is probably stepping ashore, taking in what's going on, and trying to decide what he's gonna do. And I'll just stand beside him and let him think. And then after a few minutes, I'll give a little tap with my foot at the box and say, "Let's get this on you."
And he looks at you and he nods. He says, "We should, but let's catch with Raven first." And he grabs the box, and somehow, like superhuman strength, he like shoulders this thing like it ain't shit, and begins walking towards her like a boombox on his arm.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you're trying to help the old couple. So, I need you to roll me a medicine check, depending on how you're trying to help them.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just trying to help them get out of the.
Out of the boat? Okay.
Yeah. So
So-
the guy's falling in the water. I'm gonna go over,
And help him
Just-
stand. Okay.
and then the old lady, I'm just gonna pull the boat over to the edge and just.
So, as you walk up to this old couple, the old man, he sees you, he's like, "Oh, you fight the dragon thing's great, but I've got this." And he starts kind of batting you away because his pride's too great to accept help after he's just lost his home.
Okay, deal with it. I stand with my long ass arm to pick him up and pop him on the ground. I mean, for strength wise, I should be able to go.
God damn it. Roll me an athletics check at advantage.
That's a 12 plus 2, 14.
What's say for athletics? Does it say +2?
Yeah, +2 for
Okay.
athletics.
So you grab this old man and just kind of like whoop, right out of the water.
Yeah.
And he's the whole time he's like, "Would you put me down, you freaking monster thing?" And you set him in the sand, and he just he's like, "Oh, fuck you two." And his wife is just sitting there, and she's still like crawling, like clawing her arms over the edge of the boat, like, "What? You just gonna leave me here?" While her husband's now sitting in the sand, like, "My man."
And I pick her up. Pop her on the sand.
Roll me the same check.
Push the boat back.
Well, I thought about just picking up the whole boat and sitting the boat in the sand. That is a 15.
Okay, so you pick her up as well. She's quite a bit lighter. She kind of wraps her arms around your neck, and you feel her start to pet your hair because you're kind of covered in fur.
Yeah.
Like you're like her dog that she's missing. And you go to set her in the sand, and she goes, "I'm cold." She starts to shiver a little bit. And her husband looks at you and says, "You picked me up once. We've got a blanket in the boat. Could you at least get that and do it right this time?" He's clearly this grumpy old fuck.
I'll gently put the blanket around both their shoulders.
And then pull it tight.
You rip your fur off.
Put it in his mouth.
And as you do that, they look at you and they say, "Well, maybe you're not so bad for a crazy looking motherfucker." And they hand you like a couple of gold pieces, and it's the only, you can tell it's the only money they have left, but they hand you what they have.
Do they have any bags or anything?
I take that instead.
Sorry.
They got pockets at least or something.
They gave you all they had. They have the
I
clothes
will
on their
take
back.
it to not insult them, and then I will. No, I mean, but they have like pockets on the clothes. And
Yes,
then I'll,
clearly.
as I walk by, I'll just slip like 10 gold pieces.
Sleight of hand check.
Where's my sleight of hand? +6. 15.
Okay, so you go to do it, and as you just kind of try and slide the gold pieces in, 2 fall out and hit the ground, but 8 go into the pocket.
Okay, let's walk away.
So, okay. Alright, so you're trying to handle the kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him, anything good here?
So the kids look at you like, "What do you mean, is there anything good here? We're not doing anything wrong."
How many kids are there?
Just a couple.
Couple? Yeah, I wanna grab one and
Shake him.
shake him down, you know?
Just hold him upside down. Shaking the change out of his pocket.
Is he upside down or is he right side up?
Doesn't matter.
He's silent.
Roll me an athletics check with advantage. That's fucking amazing.
It's like some John Wayne shit.
So 15 plus 5.
20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay, so you grab this kid. You don't even reach for his arm. You just grab him by the ankle and flip him upside down. This kid's not even like a third of your height. And, and nothing falls out, but his cloak is upside down. His shirt's falling down. And you hear from further down, "Hey, drop my kid!"
Alright,
And the other kid in front of you just looks at you. His face turns white. He's like, "Fuck," and he runs.
Well, at least you're wearing a cloak.
Well, alright. Nothing.
Yes, I can't tell. That's a big ass.
Those aren't horns, that's a head ornament.
Those aren't hooves. You're just a centaur. Like, bipedal centaur.
He literally, like, he's trying to wear the cloak, but really just the whole cloak's on his head.
It's like, it looks like fucking, who is it? Like Ahsoka, just boop, like a fucking tent over his head.
Alright, job done.
So you're still shaking this kid though. What are you gonna do?
I'll put him down.
You're gonna put him down or you're gonna drop him?
I'll just put him down.
Okay,
Just
so you go to put the kid down, you kind of flip him over, but the kid's freaking out, and as you kind of flip him to set him up, he falls over on his side, and he's laying there looking at you like, and you can see his face turns white, he tries to crawl away really quick. It's amazing. Is there anything you two would like to do as you're taking in the craziness that just ensued? Because you notice all of it, and are you actively looking?
Yeah, I'm watching it from a distance.
You also see
So I'm
everything that just happened.
Shaking my head.
He's rubbing his horns like, "Oh yeah."
He's over there, he's like, I'm gonna get me 2 gold coins.
Are you trying to see if what he was doing as well?
No.
Okay. So I'll say you noticed that the 2 gold fell out of the pocket and didn't go in, but you did not, just based off your passive perception.
Oh, that he was putting it in there?
So you saw those two hit the ground, you saw the 8 go in, but you didn't see anything else. So you saw that he's charitable.
Take note of it. Caliber thinking that most likely when the old couple decide to get up, they'll discover there's some gold at their side.
We will see.
So,
Fuck.
Caliber
That one.
other fish to fry.
Okay, we will see. Alright. Is there anything else you guys would like to do real quick? Or are you still going to shake down kids and try and grumpily carry old people?
I'm starting to head towards the town, probably.
You need to feel rustling in your pack.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think this my little guy here is gonna last too long.
You begin to feel it, and you feel like he's trying to make more space in your bag. So yeah.
Hey man, we're going to get food.
As you look down, you begin to see his tail starting to poke out the back a little bit.
It's not that big yet. Jeez.
You just leveled up, dude. You're 2 away from riding him. What do you mean?
No, I'm 3 away from riding him.
That's still not that far. He's got to grow a lot for you to ride him in that time.
That's true. All right.
He's starting to get big.
To find a bag of holding. Put him in the void.
He will die.
Yeah, because bag of holding can't hold any living creature. Can it? Can it?
It will suffocate.
Yeah.
No, he can put his head out of it. I can seal just the head, you know.
Man, that'd be a pretty strong saving throw. Just throwing that out there.
You just tie it around his neck. You're good.
Chokes out anyway. Okay. So yeah, his tail's starting to poke out. His head's starting to shuffle. You can see his little nose sticking out the front. He's starting to get too big for your bag.
Well, we're going towards the tavern. So
Just curious.
Mm-hmm.
Is this creature a fiend?
His?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it is not. Why?
not like that.
It is not. So, is anybody trying to see how far you are from town? Are you guys going towards Raven? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'll go ask her how far we are.
Okay. So as you approach Raven, you can see that she's trying to get Willen, the guy who helped fend off the horde with Darrett, and the militia to get the villagers organized so that they can set up some type of little shanty town if possible to stay here for the night, or at least to figure out and get settled ahead of time. And she looks and she goes, we're probably 2 hours from Kalaman by foot, but there's no way that we can all make it there. We have injured among us. We have to at least stay here in the meantime and wait for help. Could you guys go there and see if we can get aid from Kalaman? If they can cart us to the town, if they give us shelter and security, maybe some food. We have nowhere else to go. As you guys do that, you two notice that Bakaris the younger and the older are not among any of the refugees on the beach.
Good. Hopefully they die.
Can I roll an insight check to see if they've already gone ahead?
Sure, roll me an insight.
Folks.
I was thinking as they joined the other army.
Fuck. 11?
You're not sure. Your instincts are trying to tell you that maybe they went ahead, but your gut isn't 100%.
Remember a roll to see if they went on the boats at all?
They went on the
If we
boats.
okay, they were on the boats.
Raven will openly tell you they were on the boats, and they were among the people when she first landed.
Are there nobles in this town?
No. So, Bakaris, the older and the younger, would be nobles, but they're not originally from Vogler. The closest thing to a noble would have been Becklin, because Becklin Uth Visted, which is where she's from.
Mm-hmm.
And then Raven, but Raven's just a mayor.
Well,
I'm saying in this town though, what would there be anything? Is there anything close?
In Kalaman?
Yeah.
Kalaman is the capital of Nightland.
That's what I'm saying. So,
So
there'd be,
yes, there's plenty of nobles within Kalaman. It's the
we-
largest trade city in the area.
Do we know where they were from based off what, like accent or anything?
Natalia would know. You guys would not.
Okay.
Name it.
No. Fuck. She's still passed out.
I don't know what I don't know, so I'm just gonna. I'm trying to get in town before this old guy here is too big for his home.
Does anybody else want to roll insight?
We can roll inside.
If you would like to. He just asked if he could
Oh.
roll insight. You guys are welcome to.
I'll roll insight.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it'll help, but
Guidance.
I just felt bad.
Are you
because
giving
it's
them
like-
guidance?
I know I did.
Okay, so how are you giving them guidance? You touch him on the shoulder, smacking his ass? Like,
No, I mentioned.
It don't.
I
matter.
mentioned
You mentioned that they're missing.
they're not here.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay, sounds good. So you guys can roll a 1d4 on
What-
top of your roll.
1d4.
That is what
It
that
doesn't
is.
matter.
What'd you roll?
On that one.
So you're thinking.
I'm just walking away.
Oh no, you're thinking about it, right? But you get to the point where you start to overthink. And just like you gaslit Darren on the way in, you gaslight yourself and completely forget what the entire question was.
Ooh, 4.
I got other things on my mind.
6.
Yeah, you're not sure. You're even more unsure than Calavar was, and Calavar was fairly certain, but not entirely on point.
I'm not sure if that's where they went, but
you've got
judging
the-
by them, it's probably a safe bet.
Your instincts tell you it's possible, but your gut's not 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna see him at the gates. Don't let the refugees in.
So
Before we leave, kind of want to take maybe like 20 minutes or so and help Raven wrangle the cattle
Okay.
a little bit
absolutely.
and let Derek
Strap
kind of
up.
take the lead on some things.
So as you begin to do that, Derek looks at you, says, "Now's the time," and asks for your help donning the armor. So donning the armor will probably take about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which will be about half the time to help wrangle cattle. Are you guys helping as well to wrangle the cats that are the villagers of Vogler on the shores? Because you got to remember, you guys got out roughly 400 villagers.
Just get them
I'm in
set
a
up.
crisis. I'm on my way to the town before they block us from getting in there.
So it's dawn. There's no way they're going to block you from town because the gates probably aren't going to close till about 8 o'clock at night.
No, I was just saying, like, when they see a whole horde of
So the
refugees going.
all of you guys aren't going. She's asking you guys and
Well, I'm
Derek.
going towards the town anyways
Okay.
to find a room. And
So he
figure
took
out
off
the
without you
situation.
guys and is already starting to march out, which you guys see. So he's going to get to the gates first.
Does his perception allow him to see that my dragon's tail was peeking out?
Yep,
And
he
stuff like
noticed.
that.
He definitely
Okay.
noticed. Yeah. You two
Okay.
aren't 100%, but you think you might have seen it.
As he's walking away, Calabar will cast Mage Hand and just pick the tail up and shove it back.
And your dragon says to you, "Don't touch me there." You're wondering,
What are you
like,
talking
what?
about? What are you talking about?
You look back and you see a purple spectral hand,
Yeah.
like double the size of a hand, and it just goes up in the air and it just goes, and then
You know what? Whatever.
or like a thumbs up.
It's not the worst thing I've
Peek,
seen.
bro, peek. Okay, so what are you two doing while they're figuring this mess out? You got to remember, you know where you're at.
Yeah.
Have you revealed any of this information to the party, or so no?
No,
Okay.
I have not.
I'm gonna help.
You're gonna help Calavar, or you're gonna help Drip?
Oh, Calvert.
Okay. So you're helping wrangle cattle.
Yeah.
Are you doing the more heavy lifting, or are you just gonna help them try to get things moved?
Just help him try to get things moved.
Okay, sounds good.
How much cattle?
That's when I say
Like,
wrangle
is
the
it-
cattle, it means it gets the people
Oh,
into doing
okay.
it.
So-
It's a
So is that like
That's the
a?
bull.
it's a
Three
metaphor.
person?
No, it's literally a metaphor for just
Oh,
to
I
get the
thought
people
they-
settled.
Okay, I thought they brought actual cattle. Like,
No.
What?
They have their own boats.
The only cattle they brought are you two.
Bring the cow.
There's about 300 fur bulls on the shore.
He's looking for a wife.
A couple of horses, you know. No, they brought 2 minotaurs though. You guys can pull the wagons for them. It's fine.
Alright, I'll help as well. I'm in no rush
Okay.
to go back.
So it takes you two about 20 minutes, and Calabar sees you guys trying to help them get settled up. You guys take a couple boats and turn them into like temporary lodging, if you will, and pop them up with some thicker logs to at least give them shelter from the weather. And it kind of looks more like a refugee camp the longer you spend time. You get probably about enough up to help about half the villagers, and the rest of the militia and the able-bodied villagers are going to get the rest taken care of. Calavar, you help Derek get his armor strapped on.
Yep.
It kind of glints lighter in the sun than you would expected. Like typically steel has like almost a silverish gray, but this looks more like a pure silverish glow. And you can see that Derek is very proud in the armor. And he looks at you and he says, "I hope I can live up to her, and I hope that I can live up to be a true knight one day."
Calabar will put his hand on his shoulder and say, "You already have just don't forget. And as he puts his hand on his shoulder, he'll cast. What do I identify? I have detect magic.
You detect no magic.
Okay, that's fine. Because I was gonna take it.
Speaking of which one of you guys put the Solemnic Warhorn in your bag?
It's one of them.
No, it was. I thought you picked it up.
I didn't.
Okay, so between Calabar and Drip, who put the horn in the bag?
I don't. I
You can
honestly.
throw it in yours.
Okay. I pick up a Solemnic Warhorn, I guess.
Yep. Inventory, Solemnic Warhorn. I will tailor it to you. Don't worry. Right now it was tailored for a bard, but
Oh, because it was for on.
it was meant for Drip. But I'll tailor it to you. Don't worry. Or not Drip. It was meant for Columbus, but I got you.
Is that a actual thing in here? Or do I
Yes,
just
it's
have
a
to add
homebrew
it?
item. Just type in Solemnic. You have to go manage inventory,
Yeah.
Solemnic.
Or Warhorn.
Yeah.
Or War. Because it might be two words. It might be one.
How do you spell? Oh, SAL.
SOLM. Or SOLAM. NIC.
Unless you have homebrew content.
Oh, it's because I think it's because it's on there. No?
Do you have on homebrew turn? You have homebrew turn on?
I don't know.
Go to your manage character settings. Manage character sheet.
Little call. Or it should be up
Manage
here.
right here?
Manage.
Yeah, manage character sheet. Should be the big red box at the top.
Character change. Oh no, sheet appearance. Manage.
Character and levels.
Change sheet appearance. No.
Manage character and levels.
Okay, manage character levels.
And then you go to
On
the very
first
first
tab.
page.
Uh-huh.
Very first tab. And it says homebrew
Scroll up,
content.
scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Far left on the tabs. Nope. Hold on, I'm coming.
I got it.
Okay. While you guys do that, I'm gonna make a drink real quick.
Sounds good.
Homebrew.
Homebrew content.
Yes. So now you should be able to search
Okay.
for it and find it.
Yeah.
And
Still
then,
there.
Press the little newsletter.
yeah. Inventory. Manage inventory.
SOL.
Tired Sonic Night Breastplate. Sonic Night Great Axe.
Warhorn.
It's not popping up for me
Just delete that and type in war.
though. War.
It might have been elegant or like decorative warhorn.
Intricate Warhorn.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Add equipment. Cool.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you try to use that this session, it's not gonna have effect because I have to figure out the new effects for it.
That's what don't worry about.
But we'll figure something out. I'll tailor it to you.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of role play session where I don't need to use a Warhorn.
You never know.
But, yeah.
I will tell you that to figure out what it does, you need to have it identified. Similar to you guys. You guys are starting to figure out what your stuff does though because of the combat.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where I'm going to get it identified.
Where? Where?
Nowhere yet. I got Dragon to deal with.
You said you know where.
I
was like,
I'm sure I'm going to try to use my contact to find
So
somewhere I could possibly get it appraised.
remember how I said you're.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on with that?
That's the Kalaman Gazette, dude.
Just call me tits. You're not supposed to say it yet.
Oh.
But no, I'm not worried about the horn right now.
Can you R-tard it?
R-tard it. What do you mean?
I am.
Oh, okay. I can't, unfortunately.
Oh.
I like it.
That's because it's a Word doc. Okay, so
So we're over here, right?
you're over there. You're ahead of the group.
Yeah.
So it's right now. It's just you.
We're 20 minutes behind.
I'll put that.
Yeah. So you're there. They're probably at the closer end.
The corner.
So looking at this map, I will put up the player version in a minute to explain it to you guys. But there's a lot of landmarks. Okay. Okay. So it takes roughly 2 hours to get to the gate. But as you get to the gate, you begin to approach, and you notice two guards wearing blue and gold on either side, and they're asking everybody coming in questions. You can't hear what because it's fairly bustling. This area you're in is called the what is it, like the look at the map. Sorry, it's
Trade gate? Is
The-
it the trade gate?
That's the trade gate, but that particular it's called the trade camps. That area is called the trade camps.
Oh, okay. So it's like a
Outside-
market. It's like an outside market.
Outside the gate is called the trade camps. So
It's
there's
a
a lot
flea
of
market.
trade. There's a lot of travelers that are within this area. It says
Yeah.
camp, but as you look around, you see more solid, permanent structures, not tents. Okay.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna.
You do notice with your passive perception that they're starting to gain on you, your friends, and they're probably about 10 minutes behind you now.
I will probably see if I can get close enough to eavesdrop on the questions for a minute.
Okay. So as you begin to get closer, your dragon, it doesn't come out of your bag, but it says to you in Draconic, it kind of whispers, goes, Dad, I need more space. It's too tight in here. And you can feel that it's trying to jostle and get its wings some more room.
I just need 5 minutes, buddy.
He
We're just
goes-
gonna get inside the city, get you into a room.
And he goes,
You can have all space in the world. You can have a whole room.
He kind of reminds you of a child. And he goes, but Dad, my legs and my arms, even my shoulders, they hurt. You can assume it's growing pains.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, listen, just imagine 12 juicy steaks.
Steak? What steak? He's never had a steak before. He's
Okay. Giant, juicy chunks of raw meat.
And your dragon starts to salivate a little bit, and this little drop of something falls out of the bottom of your bag.
That's okay.
And you realize that an acid drop just hit the ground as you see a little bit of smoke start to sizzle, and the little bit black spot on the ground in front of you.
Yeah, I know you like that. you gotta live with me for a little bit longer.
And you hear him. He goes, "I'll try really hard. Roll me an animal handling at advantage."
Nat 20.
Okay, and Bougie goes, "I'm gonna try really hard, Dad, but I need space, now."
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to eavesdrop for a second.
Okay.
Not long, maybe a minute.
Okay.
Should I hear what they're asking?
Okay. So, roll me a perception check.
Perception is +4. 18.
Re-roll that. You just dropped that shit. That was
I
not
know.
a roll.
I didn't mean to it. 16.
Okay, so you can hear questions like, "What's your business today? What brings you to Kalaman?"
All right.
Questions like that. There you can see that they're turning some people away. They're letting some people in.
Do I hear any of the people they let in, how they answer?
You hear a couple say, "Oh, I live in the city." You can see them getting through.
Okay.
You hear other ones saying, "I'm passing through." As you hear that, there's an additional question of what brings you here, and some of them say, "I'm trading." If they say they're trading, they're being pushed through.
Yeah.
You hear some say things like, "My friend lives here," or "My family's originally from here," or "I'm trying to get passage on a boat," and some of them either get admitted or denied depending on the request.
Perfect. I'm gonna go up and try to enter.
Okay, so the guard stops you,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "What brings you to Kalaman?"
Well, you see, I'm a trader. I just made some successful trades outside the city, and I'm trying to come back in and buy some more goods.
And he looks at you, he goes, he has a puzzled look on his face, and he goes, "You ain't got no cart of goods behind you."
I'm buying to get some. I sold all my goods. I don't.
"Yeah, but your cart would still be there to take the goods out.
Yeah,
your little
I-
satchel ain't gonna carry
I sold
it."
my cart too.
Roll me a disadvantage deception.
9 plus 11.
The guard's not convinced. The guard doesn't believe you. He looks at you, goes,
I'm gonna be like,
You see,
so I'm gonna hand him 5 gold and be like, here's your proof.
and he reaches for sword. He goes, "You're trying to buy off a god?
No, this is
5 gold isn't anything around here." And so the guard doesn't believe you,
it was a really shitty.
but
It was a shitty cart.
he also gets the feeling that you're not being honest because you're also a bugbear, and they've had issues with bugbears recently in the
No.
area. So he doesn't trust you. He looks at you and goes, "I'm sorry, man. It doesn't add up to me. I can't let you in."
Does 15 gold add up to you?
And his sword starts to unsheath, and he says, "You ask me that question again, and I'll tell you how much it adds up."
And this card is ripping people off.
And your bag is starting to shuffle and shift a little bit. Not much, but starting to shift.
You know what?
The guard doesn't recognize it, though.
Alright, I'm gonna just be like, alright, whatever, man.
Okay.
So out here is a bunch of tents and stuff.
There's some tents, there's some hard structures.
Alright.
It's a combination.
I'm just gonna look for some of the people that are getting turned away and be like, hey, do you know anywhere to get a room around here? Is
So-
there anywhere that...
As he's being turned away, you guys are beginning to approach the gate, and you can see this altercation happening. You can see the glint of the sword as the sheath it's being pulled out of the sheath a little bit. You specifically hear exactly what was said to him as you actually approach the gate, and the opposite guard asks you three what brings you here.
Before we come up, I wanted to ask something.
Mhm.
would we know how do I put this? How Kalaman is ruled?
He would know how Kalaman's ruled.
Oh, sorry.
So
Does anyone know
Fengari
how
knows.
Kalaman's ruled?
Fengari knows that Kalaman is ruled by a council. It has a governor, and then a council that is made up of 6 merchant guilds and the 6 merchant guild leaders and a marshal.
What are they called?
The Council of Kalaman.
I
don't have that sheet for it.
Okay.
So he knows Marshal Vendry, but this is also if he gives you this information. So, but yes, he would know that there's a ruling council. It's made up of tradesmen, XYZ. You guys also notice that just inside the gate, it appears to be a notice board, but you can't make off what's on the notice board just yet.
Calabar, did you told like when Calabar asked, like, so what's this? What's about? Does anybody know anything about this place? Do you reveal some things that you know?
Sure. I lived here for a little bit before.
I'm not mistaken.
Seems
You went
like
through Kalaman's.
you know the area. I'll let you do the talking.
Also, you know a bit about Kalaman because you were supposed to meet your contact here. Remember?
Yeah.
So you would know some of the area, and you probably would have had a really easy way in if you just said, "I need to report to the marshal," or to the Knights of Slamia.
I didn't know that.
You were supposed to meet your contact in Kalaman. Fuck you.
I completely forgot about that. To be honest, I forgot that dude died. He's forgotten memories.
So okay,
Yeah.
but yes, he has information specifically about the area.
Do I still like live there, kind of?
You have a house?
I don't
I
know.
mean, you didn't live in a house. You would have stayed at the inn often
Oh,
in
right,
between
right,
and worked with the city guard, which is why you know the marshal so well and why you would have lost all that money to her or gained the money from her. Okay.
Okay.
So, by the way, did you pick a spot? Just remember the spot. Okay. Remember the spot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the spot?
So, did you relay all that information to these two?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes,
Probably
you now
to-
know that information.
Calabar kind of steps back a little bit and lets the 2 Minotaurs take the lead.
Okay. Okay. So as you guys approach the gate, you now have this newfound information. You see your bugbear being harangued by one guard, and a second guard looks at you three and says, "What brings you here?" And this one has actively got his hand on his sword because he sees 2 big ass minotaurs at his gate. It's not necessarily threatening, but he's nervous. They get some minotaurs, but there hasn't always been a good history with minotaurs.
Racist.
Caution is what caution does.
And they say that we know the governor, right? Well, I do. Right?
You know the marshal.
The marshal.
You know the marshal. I mean, you guys could just be honest.
But he
and
knows
say,
he
"Hey,
knows the
we're
structure.
fucking-" You guys could just be honest and say, "Hey, we're refugees." Hello. Jesus Christ.
I assume everyone in D&D world hates refugees. So.
Assumptions make an ass out of you and me.
I'm gonna lie.
You're gonna lie?
I'm gonna lie.
What are you gonna lie?
I know some people up there.
Okay.
I mean,
the
it's
guard
not
says, what are you specifically mentioning someone?
No.
Okay. The guard goes, "You know people, yeah? Who the fuck do you know?" Like, he looks at you like, "Okay, everybody knows somebody here. Like, why does it matter?"
Well, I guess I'll name drop the marshal.
And he slowly raises his voice, "You know, the marshal. That's different. Did she call for you?"
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
It's a friendly visit.
And he looks at you and he goes, "I don't know, man. We have orders. We're not supposed to let anybody through the gate right now, even if they know the marshal. Especially just for friendly visits. Like, I could probably run a messenger to her and tell her you're here. But we're not supposed to let anybody through unless it's business or they live in the town. It's not safe around here anymore."
I guess I'll mention the refugees.
Okay, what are you specifically saying about the refugees?
We came here with some refugees.
Refugees? What do you mean? Are you from one of those burned villages in the area? There's been a lot of burned down villages lately. Like I said, it's not safe.
It's not, yeah. Are you? Can we come in now?
I-
Can we come in?
And he looks at you. He goes, I mean, maybe. I don't know, are you with the old guy and his kid who came through earlier?
Old guy and kid. What?
Oh god.
So you,
Oh,
I know,
I know.
automatically
Yeah, we
recognize
know who
it
he's
as
talking
Makars
about.
the older.
Oh,
and
I'm
the,
not there,
this
but-
is-
he's like, they said something about some village that starts with a V getting attacked by some army and how they saved it, and they needed to let the council know. Are you with them?
Motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Vogler. Yeah.
That must have been it. Yeah, Vogler. I mean, they went up to the council at the keep. I suppose I could probably get you guys up there. Let me just let my buddy know. And you three are now allowed in, but your bugbear is still being turned away as you guys are finishing this conversation. By the way, I need to read this to you. The walled city of Kalaman rises in the distance, spreading across the... Hold on, that's the wrong one. Statues of titanic soldiers line Kalaman's mighty walls. These ancient stone knights stare into the distance, daring invaders to dash themselves against defenses that withstood even the cataclysm. A disorganized neighborhood of tents and ramshackle structures line the road of the city's nearest gate, where soldiers in blue and yellow uniforms question all who enter. So that's the second. Okay? You guys are at the trade gate. So what would you guys like to do as your bugbear is being turned away with a shaking satchel that you notice that you've already helped with once, and you three are now being given admittance?
We can just say he's with us.
Yeah, you could try.
Yeah. We'll tell the guard he's with us, and
Okay.
everybody just lets
It came out of his mouth, didn't it?
And as the guard you're with hears it, and he looks over, he's like, hey, he says he's with them, and the guard that's been dealing with him, he goes, I don't trust him, he lied to me twice.
Wouldn't you lie to if your village was just burned down? You're not sure who to trust?
Only persuasion check at advantage. Oh, Jesus Christ.
9.
Okay. So the guard, he kind of nods. He shakes his head. He goes, man, I would hate if Kalaman got hit like that. I'll tell you what, join your friends inside. But next time, don't lie to me. If you guys need help, just say you need help. You might want to go find that old guy and his kid. They looked like they meant business.
Shanks.
And the guard just is shaking his head like, this motherfucker.
I used to follow them in.
What's
Your bag is still starting to shake a little bit more.
Oh,
Like,
I
he's
know.
trying really hard to keep it tight, but he's rustling.
What's on the
I want
the
that,
board?
so I don't know he
What's
was
on the
here.
board? So as you guys pass, the guard doesn't stop at the board. The guard is walking straight. He's kind of talking about the city and pointing stuff out. And as you guys pass, you see like a gazetter similar to the Vogler gazetter on the board. You guys can stop and look at it, but the guard's going to keep walking because he's trying to lead you guys. He's not looking behind him.
We'll come back. Or I'm going to come back anyway.
You guys could probably rip
Did
it off the
anyone
board while
ask
you're walking.
where the place that they
I think that's
sent
something
is?
Fingari would do.
Exactly.
No,
What would you,
I'll take it.
what were you
I was
saying?
asking, did y'all ask wherever they? Would you say they went to the
Council.
They went to the
council?
They went to the
Did anyone
council.
ask where it is?
Well, he
He's
said
leading
at
us
the
there?
keep. They went to the
Yeah,
council meeting
okay.
at the keep. That's what
So
I said.
the Castle Kalaman?
Yes, that is Castle Kalaman. So
I'm gonna
the
start
entire
here.
city is Kalaman, but that is the Castle Kalaman right there.
Before I walk away, I'm like, hey, how close is the nearest inn?
And he looks at you and goes, well, the nearest inn's on the opposite end of town. There's
Like this?
there's a place you could eat a little bit closer, but they don't really have rooms.
Is there? Of course it's on the other side of town.
If you try to convince your pet might calm down. You are its papa.
Yeah. Alright. Well, yeah. Okay, thank you. And then I'll.
He's not trying to bust out. He's just
No,
shifting
he's just
to get
he's not.
comfy.
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Hey man, like you heard him. It's on the other side of town. I'll walk as fast as I can.
And Derek at this point has recognized that you're
Double the meat.
Yeah, Derek can tell you're hurried at this point, and he's starting to assume because he kind of noticed the tail.
He can
And he walks up, and he puts an arm on your shoulder, and he goes, "Whatever it is, I understand your plight, but we have to go to the council first. Just wait."
Bruh. You know what? Hey man, you might get eat some nobles today.
as we're walking, Calavar is going to attempt something.
Okay.
I was gonna say, did I see you cast invisibility earlier?
Yes.
You think you can help me out here?
I'm not sure if I can do it on anybody else. It's
I'll
a
allow
racial
it.
feat.
I'll allow it. For flavor, I will allow it, but only if your pet gives him consent.
Amen.
Animal
knows
handling
me.
check at advantage.
Amen. Huh?
Animal handling at advantage.
Nat 20.
So yes, your
Yeah.
pet's like, if it gets me out of the bag, yes.
Oh, I did have identify. Anyway, let's go.
Hey, identify the armor.
No, it's fine.
Oh, I forgot. I knew how to do that.
Fuck, man. Why didn't you
Caliber takes out like a bit of ration
know? Okay.
and saddles up beside Drip here and kind of like leans beside him and like unflaps the bag a little bit, puts the ration in, and hopefully feels
You feel the dragon. The dragon starts to grab the
Kinda
food out
like
of your hand.
keep the finger straight so it doesn't bite. Keep the palm open.
So the acid don't get you.
Yeah, do that, and as he's doing that, he like brushes his nose and mumbles under his breath, and in the bag, he's gonna make a couple hand movements.
Jujitsus.
Yeah, and the dragon will become invisible.
Okay. So
So
you,
as he pulls out,
Oh, I need to get some down my bag.
yeah, as Calibor takes his hand out, he kind of flips open and hooks the corner of the bag behind the strap, so the bag's now open.
okay. So you, however, don't actually know your dragon's invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. So your bag just flipped open. Your bag's been rustling this whole time. You notice him stick his hand in. You notice him kind of sneeze or something, and then flip your bag open.
Well, we saddled up when we were talking, right?
Yeah, that's
the
what it-
invisibility thing was in
Look,
character.
Yeah, because
Okay. Was it in character or
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, no, it
okay.
was.
If it was in character, different. I thought it was table talk because you table talk all the time.
No.
So,
No, it was in. That's why I was like, yeah, it was in.
Because I mean,
Okay.
I was pretty much right next to him.
So your bag flips open, and you may have said the invisible, but you're not sure what happened. What do you
He's
do?
fine. Keep him close.
Look in the bag. Look.
You see nothing. However,
Look
as
around.
you see nothing, you start to feel this like clawing up your shoulder, and something comes around you, and you can feel your dragon's tail wrapping around your neck, and its just head is sitting here, and its wing is on top of your head.
I bet.
And it goes, Dad, don't worry. I don't think they can see me.
Hell yeah.
Wait, was he technically wearing the bag?
Yes.
Okay, so that goes invisible too.
Oh shit.
But then he got out of the bag, so it came back.
Yes. So we'll play.
So like someone would see like
it would be like
bag disappear and reappear. Yeah, glitch.
Oh, no, that makes no sense.
You guys just
How
see
would the
some
bag
like
disappear?
old man drinking beer in the corners. Huh?
Notice him just look at it. And pick up his socks.
Exactly. Man. Okay. So your dragon's now invisible, and you can we're gonna say it'll last for a little while. It'll last most of the day, just so you guys don't have to worry about it. Okay. Especially with the nat 20 roll. So you kind of feel your dragon stretching, and he's kind of like enjoying the space now. You don't know that if you get him back in the bag, he's gonna go back in the bag.
I don't know if he's gonna fit back there.
Okay. So are you grabbing the gazetter?
Yeah.
Are you going to read the gazetter as you walk, or are you just shoving it in your back?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it as I walk. Who's gonna stand in front of me, you know?
So
In the fridge.
the guard is following that main large path that splits in a Y towards the Castle Kalaman. And he's going to take the path on the right that goes up the little path to the gate of Castle Kalaman, if you see that. Okay. So as he's doing that, Fengari is reading the gazetter, which is here. I would love to flip it for you, but I can't. I'm sorry. I could probably zoom in for you, though.
Notes. The ruling council will meet to discuss the bills.
Oh, shit. Fuck me.
Control Z.
That's what I did. Where is it? Where's the arrow, the back arrow?
There's hot sauce?
Mm-hmm. Top shelf of the fridge.
Yeah, alright.
Cholula.
Arrow. This is so hard to do from an angle.
I don't see the undo.
I did quite a bit, actually.
Oh shit.
I'm trying
I'm trying to fix what I just deleted. I'm trying to undo the undo. Just don't know where it's
You're
at.
trying to redo.
Yes.
Isn't that like Control Y or something?
I don't know.
I never remember it.
It should be at home here.
Was it saved before?
It saves automatically as I make edits.
Dang.
There it is. It's showing how shitty I write. There you go. Here. And then you can control the mouse now so you can read that. There you go. Just read that. So he's reading the Gazetter. As he's reading this Kalaman Gazette, this guard's like pointing out stuff and talking about the history of the castle. And you guys can see this is an ancient castle. Mm-hmm. It's been around for a long time. Like it said in the intro to it, it's been around since the Cataclysm. And all of the knights that are standing on the battlements, the stone knights, are Islamic knights, actually. So it's got this air and feel that isn't inherently Vogler, but it's all Islamia. Okay? And Darrett is looking up in amazement at these as he's looking through. And he looks at Calabar first and he goes, the knights I look up to, they walked these very streets. And you can see he's in awe, but it's still a very quiet, internalized awe.
Would I recognize... So the statues, do they have nameplates or anything like that?
There is one in particular, but they're too far for you to recognize currently.
As I'm walking, kind of going to read and see if I recognize any of the visages from back in the day.
So the statues, these ones in particular, are on the battlements of the castle walls.
Oh.
So these are very far away, but once you get into Castle Kalaman, it'll give you that option.
I thought they were like lining the streets.
No.
Lining the way to it.
No.
Alright.
And as you're walking, then we'll look out for... Because it says I can spot like the shady caravan people, stuff like that. We'll look for anyone that might look like someone who can get me in.
It being a major city,
yeah.
Probably every other city block, you notice someone that looks shady, whether they're a pickpocket or they're a thief or something along the lines, but you don't notice anyone that would be like a fence, if that makes sense.
Not necessarily a fence, but like
Contact?
Yeah, contact. Someone who doesn't ask questions. I'm trying to I'm trying to look at how it's worded.
For me, I would call that a fence because a fence is going to give information as well as buy stolen goods or present you with awards for stolen shit or for contracts. So for me, I'll just call it a fence. You don't see outrightly a fence anywhere, but you see a lot of people that could be shady. Could you move the bugbear from the middle of the screen? Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, like, anyone who can deliver messages for me, go that way.
You don't see anybody like that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to call it a fence because a fence is going to be someone that provides you contracts, gives you anything you need as a thief or as a criminal, whereas the rest will just be criminals. Okay?
Not what I was saying, because like this specifies local messengers, corrupt caravans, seedy sailors.
Right, but I'm telling you, I'm going to call them fences.
Okay.
So you don't see any currently.
Cool.
I would recommend looking in taverns.
I'm keeping my eyes out as I'm walking. Look for anyone that can help me.
Mm-hmm. You currently don't see any.
Or, yeah, cool.
Okay. It was a lot.
It is a lot, but that gives you a lot of names, places, and things like that. So I can put this in the Discord for you guys. I can't see it. Can you please close that? Just close it, top right.
Press the mouse.
Just push it straight up and then move it all the way to the right.
Shove and there you go. And then at the bottom, hit the picture frame for whatever photos it is.
Picture frame.
Photos. And then it should be the one for Kalaman.
Third one? Yep.
There you go. Alright, mouse please.
So sensitive.
Thank you. Yeah, I have it on high DPI.
I remember that.
Okay.
That's surprising.
So, as you guys get closer and closer, the guard's still talking about stuff. You don't notice any fences, but you see a lot of shady people.
Okay.
You probably notice about 5 or 6 just on those 2 streets as you're passing stuff.
Maybe people that know people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You notice that there seems to be some type of mercenary activity, but you can't tell if they're mercenaries or they're just like sailors and sell swords and crewmen. because you guys did notice a very large port on the way in. You are familiar with the city because you've traveled through it, Calabar, but you're not familiar enough to be like a resident familiar.
Would I, traveling through, would I recognize possibly where Wyham would be?
You don't. However, on the Gazette that he just read, it mentions her shop and location and what she's looking for.
Okay.
So, so you guys get closer and closer to this keep, and as you get closer, you notice this imposing Castle Kalaman that didn't need to stand atop 100-foot cliffs because even then it would still tower over every structure in the city. Okay. The path to it rises up the cliffside, overlooked by gigantic statues matching those that line the city walls. At the path's end, guards stand before an open gate. So as you guys approach, this guard looks at you guys and he goes, "Don't worry, I got this." And he just looks at him and he goes, "Hey guys, just bringing some visitors in, a couple some refugees from some town with a V that got burnt down a couple nights ago." And the guys go, "Again? Really?" And they let you guys through. And as you come through, you begin to enter the courtyard for this keep. These huge open doors. The portcullis is probably 15 to 20 feet tall. And that doesn't stand as tall as the walls. The walls alone are probably between 35 and 40 feet tall. So this castle is massive. As it opens up, you're in a very large courtyard. And as you guys cross through the courtyard, a very familiar figure with you, with an arrogant smile, Bakaris the Younger, begins to intercept you. And he goes, "My father has this matter well in hand. We'll be sure to send for you and the rest of the fish folk when we have need of you and we know what's best for them." And he's trying to stop you all from entering into the council chambers.
I'm gonna whisper to my dragon, "Hey, his shoes look dirty. He might need a spit on them."
And your dragon kind of flutters a little bit, and you kind of feel like that like bird chipper shiver they give when it's a little pulled out. And he goes, "I loved you, Dad."
So do it.
You guys want to do anything before the bird burns off the feet of Bakaris the Younger? Because you remember it's
Just
acid.
Just the tips.
It's acid, so the foot's gonna go bye-bye.
Nah. It's gonna get through the shoes first.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Bakaris, is it?
Because you know me. Clearly, I'm better than you. We led the people here, and the guard.
Got a little blood.
as you start to say that, Bakaris is trying to do everything else. The guard just is like, "This is fucking awkward." And he goes, "He did say he led you guys here, and they beat off all those I don't know, some army on their own. Really, he said they led them in the fight." And Bakaris kind of does like that little proud shiver thing and like puts his hand on his sword like some royalty bullshit.
Nice.
Oh.
And Bakaris looks at the guard and goes, "Pay no heed to these mere peons. They did nothing but hide the whole fight."
Okay, that definitely decides it. I'm sorry, shouldn't the leader, or the mayor, or an individual in their stead be the ones to discuss things with the council,
And
not rich folk who just live in the town?
And Bakaris, like the guard kind of looks at you and looks at Bakaris, and Bakaris goes, "Why do you think we're here?" And the guard goes, "He said he did lead you guys."
He'll gesture to his friends and Darrett, I assume, besides
Darrett's
Darrett's armor.
Darrett hasn't said anything, but you can see him turning red in the face. And he looks at Bakaris and he goes, "If you don't move, Raven and I will make sure that you and your father no longer live amongst us." And Bakaris just looks and pays him no heed and grips the sword tighter.
So Calabar will say, "I and my companions here," gesturing at their battle-worn bodies, "we're actually protecting the town and getting the Voglerians out."
Roll me persuasion at advantage. Just for the guard. The guard, as you're starting to say it, you can see the guard's already nodding like, that makes sense. He's looking at your guys' armor, how battle-worn you are, and he's like, that makes sense.
Natural 20, natural 19.
And the guard looks at Bakaris, he goes, "You need to move aside. Clearly these men have seen more fight and have been amongst your people longer than you." And he kind of pushes past him.
So Calabar will hold his hand up and say, I hate that I'm saying this, but I do feel they should come along.
And the guard looks at you and he goes,
They should not speak for the town, but I feel that they need to come with us.
well, the guard looks at you and he goes, his dad's inside.
Fuck. Oh, it's just younger? I thought it was
It's
older.
just the younger.
It's just younger? Alright, Calabar face palms it.
Get out of here, kid!
I thought it was the two of them.
No, it's just the younger.
Okay, yeah, so fuck that shit. No, yeah.
It's just the younger.
Yeah,
and
no.
the guard looks at you
He's
and goes,
face palmed to the ground.
the guard's already doing it. He's like, well, clearly, the guard goes, no, this man's a liar. I don't believe a word he says. Clearly, he didn't even fight in the battle unless he took a bath before he got here. And he shoves him to the side and leads you guys towards the
Calabar
door.
would take copper and say for your trouble. Flick it at the younger.
And the younger, like, ninja grabs it and he looks at you. His face turns red. And again, like, that anime thing in the corner of his head just goes off. And he goes, this is better than the beer here. It's going to pay for a lot. And he, like, walks away muttering and throwing curses at you guys.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. No, I literally thought it was older and younger.
Nope, just the younger.
So I was trying to get older in there because I think he is a piece of shit. But I feel like he should probably be there.
Nope. The younger's the only one. Bakaris, the older, is already talking to the council.
But that's not good either.
So, as you guys push past, the guard leads you guys up to the council chambers, and there's a guard posted out front of the door. And the guard kind of pushes his poleaxe over and goes, they're currently conversing with that old man from the burned village. And the guard goes, they're from the village. These guys have seen some shit. They need to get through. And the guard pulls the poleaxe in, and he kind of turns and pushes the door open. And you guys can hear talking from inside. And the council stops talking, and this tall gentleman in with blonde hair and a vest made of blue and gold stands up, and he goes, what's the disturbance? And the guard with you says, these men fought at Vogler. They said that old man and his son are imposters, and they have news for you. So as you guys walk in, there's 8 serious people sitting around a broad table in the middle of a spacious hall. At the table's end is the man with plaited blonde hair and a velvet of blue and gold. And as you guys walk through, he goes, well, welcome guests. I'm Governor Kalafmiat. Your leaders briefed us on the situation in Vogler. His bold defense and his eagerness to strike back against these invaders. As Miat says this, he kind of nods over towards Bakaris the older and says, and Lord Bakaris looks at all of you and he's just glaring, and you get the sensation he's saying with his mind, why the fuck are you here? You don't belong here. And he goes, tell us, are your people still preparing for battle?
I'm just gonna take a step back and just chill. Let him be a little bit in front of me.
Does anyone...
I'm a bugbear. They don't trust me.
I know.
They're minotaurs. They already got shut
Your
out.
dragon starting to like stick the tip of its tail in your ear and tickle you a little bit too. Is there anything you two want to say?
What was the question again? If
Trying to
they're
be
Vogler's
incognito,
preparing for
man.
Huh?
If Vogler's preparing for battle?
That is what he asked.
No. They're on the beach gathering all the wounded. Trying to recover.
And the governor looks at you and he goes, recovering? The man here, if I'm not mistaken, and Bakaris cuts him off and says, no! We fought them back. They're preparing to go back and take Vogler right now. We'll take it back overnight. It wasn't that many.
Okay. I want you to
If
go
I
back to Vogler
may,
right now.
Yeah.
twere about 1,000.
And
I may have, spent some time investigating their camp.
And to that, the mayor kind of perks up, and you see a woman at the very far end of the table in full plate armor. She has a tabard on that's split across blue and gold. She stands up, and she's glancing at one of the minotaurs in your party, and she's looking at him like she looks familiar, but she can't tell because his hood is up. The other minotaur, she's fairly certain she doesn't know, but the other one, the fur looks oddly familiar, but she can't see his face. She doesn't say anything. And she looks at you and she goes, you spent time among them. Are you part of their army?
No, I would name drop. Oh, I forget his name.
I got you. I'll hold up one second.
I think I might have it
Oh,
up.
name drop. What's his name? You know, the dude.
Oh boy, my homie.
No, I have my background. It's in there.
It is. It's Sir Eldrin Thalion Uth Porlios.
Yeah, I was working for Sir Eldrin McPrissy Pants.
Eldrin Thalion. Yes, Prissy Pants works too.
McPrissy Pants, spying on their army.
Sir Eldrin and the lady at the far end. She looks. She goes, "Governor, if I may." And the governor says, "I just need to make sure I have the name right before I can fucking say something." The governor says. I have a marshal's name. He goes, absolutely, Marshal Vendry. She goes, you know the knight. Is he among you? We haven't seen him in days. He was meant to be back. He said he was going to investigate some rumors of strange draconic beings and monstrous entities. We haven't seen him in at least a week. Do you have news?
I was on my way back to Kalaman to report to him, and I'll let them take over the news because I wasn't there.
Okay.
So is any of them wearing his breastplate?
Which?
He's wearing
the breastplate.
But you have your clothes
But they also
exactly. So
recognize
they recognize the filigree, but they don't recognize the armor because it's not the full set.
Okay.
It's just the breastplate. So
Because it's wild.
they recognize that you have some type of Solamnic Knight's armor on your chest, but just the chest plate, and that's it.
Okay.
So they don't recognize it specifically as his. You're lucky for that. It's because of your cloak.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to say or do here would be great for some RP, please.
I was not there. I will let them.
You're there during the fighting.
You were there
I
during
wasn't
the
there
fighting.
but I wasn't there when he
died.
For any of that. So
That was you
I'll
guys
take
in
over that
Columbus
story.
that recently got murked. So.
Yeah.
That was you two.
Oh.
Oh!
Was that the
Yes!
first
Your
battle?
prelude.
Oh.
It was your prelude.
Oh.
It was your prelude.
Okay.
This minute. Okay.
Marshall Vendry, as she hears the word "okay," she steps down and she begins to approach the cloaked Minotaur.
Oh.
And she goes, "Okay, I know that voice." And she throws her hood back, and her face turns red, and she gets angry, and she goes, "What news have you to report?" That's all she says.
I guess that guy's dead.
Oh boy, God.
And then, as she hears that, she spreads your cloak back the rest of the way, and she now recognizes this plate armor. And she grabs the sword. She goes, "You killed him. Not only do you owe me all that money, but you killed him."
Who owes you money? Not me.
And then she glances over, and she's starting to recognize the axe on your back.
Oh God.
What are you looking at me for like that?
And she's like, "And you have his axe. What did you do to this knight?"
Who's axe?
You can't tell me you don't know Sir Eldrin. I know that axe, I know that armor, and I know you.
I picked this up off a corpse.
You picked it off a corpse. Hold on, what do you mean you picked it up off a corpse? See, now you have her attention, and she begins to sheath the sword. Okay, he did. Oh boy, did.
Believe me.
What happened? She wants to know what happened. Come on.
He was dead when we found him. I'll tell you.
He was dead when you found him, but what happened to him? Please tell me. You guys must have news as to what happened to Vogler, and
There were some lizardmen, and yeah, we fought him.
that would make sense. He went to investigate that, but surely they didn't beat him. He was a renowned knight. He was over 500 years old.
Surely, they for sure beat him.
And then she begins to notice the scratch marks on your breastplate, and then it really the dots kind of connect, and she sees her sword the rest of the way, and she walks up to you and she goes, "May I?" And she begins to look at the breastplate, and she goes, "Those weren't made by Minotaurs."
No.
No, they're not.
No.
These things. Calabar finally speaks up a little bit. Says, these things. I remember, and Calabar pulls his hood down.
His little elf
Pointy ears.
And he says, I remember these things from before the cataclysm. They were thought to be gone. It seems they're in line with this army that attacked Vogler. I am sorry for your friend, but believe me, without his axe and his breastplate, my friends would not be here.
Okay. And she hears that, she goes, may the gods rest his soul if they ever return to this hellbarren place. And she looks at you guys and she says, Lord Baccharis said that he valiantly beat back an army of 2,000.
Let's cut it back. You said he beat them off.
I said beat off. And Lord Baccharis' face turns like beet red and he goes, you guys are worth nothing. You could never hold your own in battle. And she looks at him and she goes, sir, please, this is a place of hospitality. And and he's so angry at this point that he can't contain his rage, and he just keeps yelling how inadequate you are, how you're not effective in battle, and how this council should listen to nothing you say because it's clearly not true.
I'm gonna ask him to prove it.
And he pulls out his sword, and his sword is like gold filigreed with a huge red stone inlaid and like a opal at the bottom.
Okay.
And he goes, "This is my family's sword. We were members of the Knights of Slomnia for the last 400 years, and I hold up that title."
It'll be mine soon.
Oh shit! And boy, like, try go motherfucker.
You mean your family was?
Roll me intimidation check. Are you holding the axe while you're saying this?
I'm like slowly reaching behind my back for it.
Roll with advantage then. It's a big axe. The thing look dangerous.
Jesus Christ. 21.
So as he sees that, he puts the sword away. He goes, "You can't have it," and he sits back down.
I'll just
And then
in front of me again.
the mayor says, "Please, let's keep this professional, Lord Baccharis. You were saying, can you please report to us what happened in Vogler? If it's not what Lord Baccharis said, why are you here?"
We're trying to seek some help for the refugees from Vogler that have been displaced from their homes. We got...
Well, surely we can't help them if they're preparing to take back Vogler. We
They
were
are-
told they'll be taking it back within days.
No, they are old people and children. I mean, I literally had to help literally plot two of them out of a boat and onto the sand because they were shaking so bad just trying to get out of the boat. Like,
Lord Baccharis said you had an army of 300 ready to fight these men.
no, we have about 400, and they're not an army. The militia's devastated. The last 50 mercenaries we had died fighting for this. We lost Knights of Solamnia in this battle.
And the governor's face starts to turn white. And he
Elmar
goes,
reaches over and just puts his shoulder, his hand on Derek's shoulder when he mentions lost Knights of Solamnia,
And-
hoping she'll see that and see him and his...
and as you say that, Marshal Vendry walks up to Derek and she goes, "But you have one with you." And Derek, he steps forward and you kind of see that air of the boyish charm wash away, and you see more of a resilient commander while slightly right.
See a man.
a resilient commander who might be slightly inexperienced, but commander stepped forward and he says, "I'm not a knight yet, but my mentor was Becklin with Vihar." And Vendry, hearing that name, like a switch clicks, and she stops moving. She just looks at him, and Derek goes, "She fell in battle, but she left this armor to me, and I'm planning to live up to her name, and I plan to join the Knights if I can." And she reaches out and clasps his shoulders once. She said, and she goes, "She was a great mentor and a good friend and a great advisor. I'm sure you'll live up to her name, and I'm sure she would have done great in your instruction." But then Marshal Vendry looks at you, and she looks back at the mayor, or at the governor, and she goes, "However, I think the governor and I must know specifically about this army that attacked you, because as much as we would like to give refuge to your 400, these are dire times, and we must know what we're facing."
Should we tell them?
She hears that and says, "I think you fucking should."
Facing a very big army.
Takesis, ever heard of her?
Bruh. I hate you right now. Takesis, you know it? Have you met Jeff?
Drip was Drip with us when
You scouted.
Natalia scouted?
He was,
Yeah.
but he also has more in-depth knowledge
Yeah,
than you guys
so-
would have known because he already scouted him. So yeah,
Caliber will keep it
it's a
quiet.
Drip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, have you met Jeff? Or have you met Drip?
Like, Takesis, ever heard of her? Well, from what we can tell, this is either an army that maybe spawns from a cult that worships her, or her army. We aren't for sure if she's back or what's going on.
So you essentially provided her the full after-action report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So versus you having to
You got
say
these
all of
people
it.
here.
Yeah. Versus you saying all of it, she'll just
Yeah.
kind of take it. Does that mention? What was it? The leader of the armed
So
force? Of the
it
force?
says there's a dragon high lord, Verminard, who is in the southern lands of Abyssinia.
Abyssinia.
There's a dragon high master, Kansaldi Fire Eyes.
That's the one.
You believe there's over 1,000 humans that were in the army, but it's a fragment of the army, and they're calling themselves Dragonlance.
Okay. So you relay all that information, and she kind of blanches, and she looks at the governor, and the governor blanches, and they both look at you guys and say, I believe the council must discuss. If you and Derek can give us 30 minutes, maybe an hour, allow us to discuss, and we'll call you back into our chambers.
No. Y'all hungry?
Is Bakari still there?
He's still seated.
Oh. Is
She's still looking at you like,
Is that-
motherfucker.
I'm gonna try to make him pay for my debts.
I mean, it could come up. You could come up.
Cool.
Calabar will look to Derek for guidance.
Appreciate it. And Derek looks at you guys and says, let's step out and give them the dignity they deserve as the ruling council. And he begins to head towards the door. And then as he does that, Derek turns, he goes, will Bakaris the younger sit? Because Ely does not. And the governor says, due to respect for him as a lord, he must stay. That's only because he's actually nobility from a different town. And Bakaris is sitting there, and he gets this smirk look on his face, like, hey, beat you guys. And he didn't have to use his sword. And the guards walk up to you guys and begin to escort you out of the door.
As we leave out, we got like half an hour to an hour. I do actually have business in Kalaman. If anybody would like to join me.
I kind of got to stay with you. I don't know the
Yeah.
range. All I know is you're keeping me good right now.
You got my back, homie.
So we don't have to wait.
Hey, if you're trusting us to go on if you're trusting us on to go on your business, then I'm definitely not.
So on the map, let me pull it up in my book real quick so I can make sure I tell you the right place.
Where's the donkey?
You're referring to Ryan's, right? You guys are currently in the center.
Yes.
Lion's Apothecary is
Yeah, I was gonna say alchemy shop.
that is the
What's his
alchemy
pop?
shop there.
Yep.
The only person who knows the way there right now because he's lived in the town is Fengari.
Calabar will kind of gesture toward the gazetteer and point to Lyhan's and say, "Do you know where this is?
It's west from here. I gestured that way.
If you wouldn't mind leading the way."
All right.
So in game time, it'll probably take you guys 15 minutes to get there.
Cool. That's half our 30 minutes. Time turn.
To an hour.
Right. So you guys look at the guard.
It shouldn't take very long. I just have to drop something off.
Okay. So the guard looks at you guys and he's just standing there. He's like, all right, you guys waiting? Or you going? What are you guys doing? They're typically pretty quick, but yeah, it's up to you.
Are you going, or are you just telling us where it's at?
We'll be right back.
I'll go. I mean,
And
I have to
Derek
lead you there.
will stay.
Sure.
And if it comes down to it and we're not back, I trust Derek to speak on behalf of the town.
And Derek looks at you and goes like, because you could speak on behalf of him anyway. He's being like a sassy, coy little shit. Now that he's not in front of the council.
He's loud.
Yep.
It's good to see him in high spirits.
He's like, off my armor, bitch.
I guess his name's Drip now.
So as you guys walk up into this apothecary, allow me to flip to it in the book. You enter it, and Wyon's apothecary smells of licorice and pepper. The modest shop has a meager table displaying good luck charms, odd animal bones, and vials advertising various remedies. At the rear of the shop, a human woman with raven hair and a dark dress, dressed with feathered, wing-like sleeves stands behind a counter heaped with open books. She looks up from her reading, eyes you with disinterest, then goes back to her book. However, as she eyes the group, she notices that Calavar has a amulet on his chest, and she double takes and begins to show interest in you. And she says, "You don't wear the robes, yet you wear our amulet. And not just any amulet. That amulet hasn't been seen in hundreds of years. Why do you wear it?"
Calavar will step forward.
This is her, for reference.
That is just too good for what I was thinking.
Can you guys move the donkey, please?
I
Jackass.
Does she put Lady Wyhan?
I mean, you can try.
Well, I'm trying to remember. I had to talk to Wyhan, but they gave her a title. I'm trying to remember what it was.
I think they just called her Mage Wyhan or Wyhan of the Black Robes.
Okay.
So.
Mage Wyhan. Lady Wyhan. I am Calavar Unothin. I have studied the ways of the robes for quite some time. I have undertaken the trial of the barb. I have something for you.
And she looks at you and she just holds out.
See, he unsatchels or unflaps the satchel. Ooh. And he has the elegant robe that's tasseled a bunch of different colors.
And you haven't opened it, correct?
No.
Okay. So she grasps it and she looks at it. She opens it. She reads it and she closes it. And she looks at you and she asks you, "Tell me." There's a whole to it section pulled up. She goes, "Tell me, why do you think you're worthy of using the magic?"
Because I want it. No. I want to. Oh, geez, okay. I've been around a very long time. Magic has unfortunately come and gone in the time that I have seen the land grow, crumble, and turn to chaos and start to rebuild. It's with those who hone magic that the future of civilizations rest.
And
I must do my part.
so as you say that, she looks at you and she goes, "Surely you only mean the magic of the gods. They have nothing to do with the magic of mages. We could care less if the gods are here present or not. All we care for are our moons and the magic we craft in their honor." And she goes, after that, she goes, "Do you serve magic or does magic serve you?"
In my years of travel on this earth, I've gone through stints of serving myself, and it's never bode well. It never bid well for anyone, and besides myself. I used to serve a greater power that is true. The powers that be have left Ansalon and Kryn. However, the moons remained. And you can feel it. I know you have it. I can feel the presence of the moon spirits. And serving under one of them in this time after the cataclysm is pinnacle to the survival of the realms. And I, like I said, I will try to do my part and serve the best I can.
And with your answer, she looks at you, and she goes, "Your answer has two your response has two answers within it. However, you both answer me with honesty and with deceit. I know that amulet. Don't play me a fool. However, sometimes we must make magic serve ourselves to our own ends." And then she looks at you and she goes, "Tell me, if magic is to serve you, how will you change the world, as you say, with your magic?"
I really don't want to tell her about the... Okay, I'll do this. I have seen it in the water.
Galadriel much?
There's rumors of things coming that I feel the mages of high sorcery will yet take part in. For the good or for the not so good, I'm not sure. But whatever I have and whatever magic is granted to me by learned scholars and reading in the moon themselves will be used to help me better those around me and the lands and the peoples of Kryn.
As you answer for that, she goes, "But surely you must see that even in helping the world, sometimes you don't do it any benefit. You must see that even if you do one act of good, perhaps it has harm to someone else. And if you do harm, perhaps it does good for someone else. There's no true balance. Maybe change is in order. Now answer me this. If there was a change and you lost your magic, what would you do?"
Well, I have one philosophy. Leave it better than you found it. I will leave this land better than I found it. If I no longer have magic, I want to be able to look back at what I've done, the good and the bad, and be proud of myself. And be proud of what I've accomplished. And I take pride in that. And I do not take this oath lightly.
And then she looks in and she goes, "If I didn't know it when you walked through the door, you confirmed it now. You're clearly meant for the right moves. Neutrality, meant to help the good, but benefit yourself when you can. So you can be proud when you must, and pragmatic when you have to be." And then she looks at you and she says, "I'll contact the mages of high sorcery and petition for your inclusion in the order. I know you've studied among us. I've recognized your name. You've been amongst us for 500 years at least, it would seem. Maybe that's an estimate high. I could honestly care less. But I'll contact them and I'll manage to tell you somehow what they say. I'll also manage to get you transport to Wayreth, so you can undertake the actual test of high sorcery in the future. But until then, who knows what the world holds."
So do we all hear this? Like,
Yep.
clear as day?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe.
You see him getting grilled. You see him getting grilled to this lady, like, "Yo, what the fuck you want, bitch?"
Yeah, no. Kalamar was kind of expecting to have to answer to things about himself that, I mean, he's fucking old as shit. So he knows himself fairly well. And he's not going to sugarcoat much.
Yep.
And he knows why he's here because of the things that he's seen.
Which is why he's pragmatic as shit.
I'm just checking out those feathers the whole time.
So she notices you checking out her feathers, and she looks at you and she goes, "Don't think about it. They're my feathers. You couldn't take them if you tried."
Yeah, but how much to get a set?
Feathers?
Well, some custom work.
So she's not a tailor.
Oh, I
She
know,
runs an
but
apothecary.
She might know who it is.
She looks
Where'd
at
you
you.
get those done?
So she looks at you. She says, she goes, This robe's from Wayreth. It depicts my position among the black robes. No one of your aptitude could come close to a set like this.
Well, I don't need to be a set like that. I just need something similar.
Go to Wayreth, maybe they could help you, but I could care less. Now, would you like to buy something that I actually have, or are you going to look at my chest the rest of the time?
They're just in the feathers. I'm looking at her arms.
She doesn't care.
Well, you got any feathers?
She'll look at you and she says, I have some pigeon feathers in the back for reagents.
No.
Inventory.
What does she have? What do we see?
You see a typical reagent shop. She has most potions you would find in an apothecary, healing potions, etc. Some resistance potions. She has some items for probably up to level 3 spells if you need them. Calavar, you get the feeling that if you asked her for specialty items you know of that would be needed for higher level spells, she might have it somewhere, but you're not sure. She's also looking to buy any reagents you might have.
Does she have any rations? She have rations?
No.
Would she have any type of herbs that maybe quell hunger a little bit?
No.
Okay.
No. She has stuff meant specifically for
Yes, spells.
alchemy and spellcraft.
Okay.
So
Well,
So what's your roll on components?
same as yours.
Okay.
So anything at level, if
Do you have diamonds?
she might.
I don't have the money for diamonds.
About to say. So
sure.
my rule for reagents, since two of you guys haven't played with, you played enough, so you understand how his went. If you have a level 3 spell, you don't need components. Above level 3, you need components. Okay. It'll say in the spell what components is required. So if you guys decide to take some specialty butthole class, I don't know of, there you go.
No.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do? She's no longer paying attention to you guys. You get the feeling that you're still being watched and she's still alert of your presence, but she's looking at a tome and reading it. And while she might still talk to you, Calavar, she has no time, no interest in the rest of you, since you're mundane humans or mundane creatures, I suppose.
probably just touch
None of us are humans.
That's racist.
She could care less.
I know. She's like, I'm above you.
She's like, I'm gonna take your horns and turn them into reagents, motherfucker.
I just need a couple pairs of feather wings. That's all I need. Exactly. I was already planning it before we entered the city, and I saw that. And I was like, of course.
That's funny.
All right.
So about 20 minutes have passed inside the shop,
Oh yeah.
in game, and you spent 15 getting there, so it's been about 45 minutes.
35. Okay.
It'll take you about 15 to get back.
Yeah, we're going back.
So as you guys head back, you get there as the doors are opening. However, it seems that Darrett is walking out. So you guys miss the meeting, and Darrett walks up to all of you and goes, "Where did you go? Why were you gone so long? It was an important meeting we just had. And now I need an answer from all of you, and we have no time to wait."
Daddy, chill.
Oh, he has no patience for you now. He's a little upset. He's actually disappointed in you because he looks up to you, and he's upset with the rest of you.
We're not going to be around forever, Derek. You're going to need to step up, and you've done well. Now, what do they need to know?
And then he looks at you. He goes, "Yes, we have to step up, but we also have responsibilities, don't we, Calavar?" And he just kind of puts you in your place a little bit.
Calavar walks up to him, backhands him.
And Derek looks at all of you and he goes, "Marshal Vendry has offered all of us and whoever is willing to join, or at least work for the army of Kalaman.
That's all I can.
It's not necessarily in the way you think, though. You'd be a specialty unit, essentially lieutenants. You'd take on missions that the Kalaman military can't handle because you obviously showed your mettle at Vogler. She said there'd be 5 gold a week if you decide to take it, specialty quarters here, and whatever armor or mundane items you might need to pursue any ends within the castle at the armory. She said, however, if you should accept her offer, she needs you to report to her office before the end of the day." They also agreed to help us, but only if some of us agree to help their military. I already agreed, just to see our people in safety. But now I need an answer from all of you. I'm going to go back to the villagers so that they can get the help they need from Kalaman, because they're meant to meet us there in 2 hours. You must decide. And either come with me to her quarters after this, or stay amongst the villagers.
How many people are going to be in this unit?
It would be you guys. The party would be the unit.
I guess you need a little
Is
sneak action up in there. It's probably better I stay outside the city right now with my big chicken.
is that Vendry the one that I owe?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You could probably talk to her and work something out for your wage.
Can I drag one of the Bakaris or something?
Bakaris? You guys no longer see Lord Bakaris.
Oh, he's not there.
No.
Fuck calling Lord Bakaris.
So he's actually Lord Bakaris is still in the chambers with the rest of the council as they're discussing. You can hear through the door with your passive perception. He's shouting angrily since he's not being given the respect he is due. And you can hear Marshal Vendry cutting him off consistently as Dare is talking to you. Just as upset as he is.
Heck yeah. You know, I like these people. I guess we can help them out.
Sure. I do owe him. I do.
So, like I said, he's saying you guys, if you choose to work for them, you need to report to our office by the end of the day. But he is heading back to the villagers on the coast to get them settled in within the, the trade tents or trade city thing outside the gate. I can't remember what it's called right now.
The trade district or
Something like that. Trade camps? Yeah, the trade camps.
yeah.
And with that, Darrett looks at all of you and he says, I expect you guys to come back with me if you can. Once we finish getting the villagers settled, feel free to do what you will amongst the town, but make sure if you decide to work and help the army to go to Vendry's quarters, or at least Vendry's office, before the end of the day.
Where's that at?
It's with Vendry's office is within the Castle Kalaman.
Okay.
So it's within
He's
Castle Kalaman.
Oh, okay.
So how long do we got to the end of the day?
It's you guys landed at dawn, 2 hours to get there. It's about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
So we have pretty much the entire day.
Yes, just about.
I got some errands. I'll mull it over.
So you guys gonna go back to the shore and help the villagers get settled in the trade camps, or you just gonna bail and do your own thing?
I'm good at that.
False.
I guess it'll help him
Okay.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to get some information. I'm not bailing on y'all.
As a word,
How much is
Fingari, what are you doing?
I
Are you
was,
coming with us to help?
oh,
Or are you gonna
I'm gonna try to
stay
figure
in
out
your
how.
town and get reacquainted?
How much does my gold weigh? It adds weight, right?
The hidden gold.
Yeah.
It's remember the number we said.
Yeah.
It's that much. If you were to put that in your inventory, you would see, but it's currently hidden within town.
Let me see.
You have a stash, you say?
Yeah, he has a stash and he owes someone a bunch of money
Oh,
in
it
the
doesn't-
council.
Well, looks like you just found your answer. You can pay her with your stash.
Yeah.
That's super nice of you.
It doesn't.
We
add
heard her
weight.
make the comment about the cash, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not have friends in high places.
So
might
go-
have seen a Minotaur blush at that moment. Yeah, you're right.
So what you're saying is, I have suspicions.
Yes. You guys have suspicions, but you've yet to confront him with said suspicions.
I'm not gonna confirm.
Everyone's got their secrets.
Can I be part of that? Because they're still talking, right?
Who's still talking?
You want to answer
yeah.
now?
This is. We have to let
If you guys want to answer, you
Yeah,
could
you
go
can-
to our office now.
you can
But
answer.
No. I meant like,
Yeah.
are they still conversing as a group?
the council's still conversing at the moment. The doors are beginning to close. Like I said, you can hear Bakaris, the older, bitching at the council for their decision to offer you guys to work for them, and then you hear the marshal essentially tell him to shut the fuck up because he's an idiot. So
Well, I guess I'll
he's
head
got
back
that
for a
handled.
bit. I'll just head back.
Oh,
too.
no.
okay.
I got plenty of time.
I'll actually wait until the marshal
Yeah.
and then I'll head back.
So it's been about an hour.
Hey, that.
It's been an hour.
Yep.
Does it say, hey, that thing that you did is
It's up now.
And as he says that, your dragon appears around your neck, and the guards go, "What the fuck is that?"
it's just chicken.
Deception at disadvantage because it's clearly not a chicken.
Alright. Oh, it's this we'll see.
We already said it. Disadvantage. Let's go.
Oh, I said joking man.
Haven't you ever seen a familiar
Yeah.
before?
I was just gonna, it's this new type of lizard they have out in the desert.
Like a desert lizard?
Hey, it's not a nat 1!
What is it?
A nat 2.
A 4.
The guards don't believe you. They
Alright.
think you're full of shit.
Nah. So,
They've seen what they've been fighting outside the camps. They recognize the outside Kalaman. They recognize the scales. They don't believe you.
it's a lizard I picked up in in the market before I made it to Vogler. I picked up this, small lizard, and this is what it grew to.
And they look at you and they go, "I've never seen a lizard like that before, but I've fought things that looked like men had no tail. Looked like men had wings, had tail, and tried to eat my arm.
Well, he has a tail, he has wings, he has...
I see
all
quite a
this,
few
so-
similarities. So why do you have that, and why is it not attacking me?"
Why would it attack you? He's nice. He's a good guy. He's my buddy. I raised him.
The guard's starting to reach for his weapon.
Oh, you're looking at Kalaman? Oh, shit.
He's obviously not attacking you. I'm obviously here on good terms.
Your dragon, starts to see him reach for the sword and starts to flare his wings. But he hasn't attacked yet.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Give me a
gonna
second.
break off and I'll just.
I'm just gonna try to see. I'm just gonna go and rub his neck, pet him a little bit, be like, "See, he's a good boy. He's just
And your cat.
a little scared because he's not used to people. He's never been around people before."
And as you do that, your bougie starts to kind of do that thing cats do, where he, like, arches his neck a little bit, and you see his whole body like do like the snake wiggle as you're petting him, and the guards are like, "That's weird," and they start to shoot. They go, "Can we try?" They ask to pet your dragon.
Hey, can I try?
Animal handling standard.
That's a 16 plus like 2. 17.
And Bougie goes, "It feels good. Why not?"
Yeah,
and-
yeah, you can.
And are you extending your arm, or are they coming to pet it as it's around your
No,
neck?
you can come pet him. Just slow. Be slow.
And the guards reach up and they
Don't
start
scare
to pet your dragon, and your dragon like does this weird like chortle. It's like he's trying to purr, but
Purr,
doesn't know
yeah.
what the hell a purr is, so it sounds more like a garbled growl. And the guards are like, "The fuck, this is weird." And they're petting.
This is wild.
They're petting Bougie, as Bougie's like nuzzling into their hand. Like, I guess he's not so bad.
Yeah, see?
And they look at you. They go, "What's its name?"
Bougie.
And the girl goes, "Hey, bro."
I'm just off to buy him a chain.
and the guard goes, "Just keep an eye on that thing. You might do good with some type of harness and a leash if you could get one,
Yeah.
but I imagine folks may be a little scared when they meet it first."
You have a point. I'm gonna take off my cloak. I'm gonna kind of put it on him, on his head, so he kind of hides his wings.
And all you see is like this. It's not a huge head. Like his head's
No,
only like
it's
the
small.
side of my fist. It's not a little bit small. And you see it like it drape and the rest of the hood down, and it looks like Yoda in a full size
Yeah.
human.
Some
You know,
fiction.
and the guard goes, "You could always ask the counselor for like an exotic animal license or something that might make that easier too, instead of using a cloak that looks like a puppet."
Yeah, you're right. They're still in there arguing though, so.
And he looks at you and goes, "They always argue. Give it 10, 20 minutes and one of them will leave and it'll be done."
I bet.
Whatever you guys want to do.
I'm gonna check on my stash actually.
You're going there.
Make
you're
sure
sticking
it's
around.
there.
Gonna
I
talk
was
about
gonna
it.
follow him, but not now.
We're going. You want to go back?
'Cause I still-
Or what do you want to do?
Oh, I just said I was gonna stay and just wait to tell Marshall if they're going to meet.
So, are you guys waiting as well? Yeah.
Stick around.
About 10, 15 minutes go by, and everybody starts to filter out of the chambers. You see Lord Bakaris go by first, because he thinks he's entitled, and he's still sputtering and muttering, and you hear him say, "Dumbass party, they're not even worth their medal," as he walks by, and doesn't even acknowledge you.
We don't acknowledge him.
Each of the guild leaders from the guilds within Kalaman, so the trade guild, the wharfmongers, all of them begin to walk past you guys, and each of them nod, and they thank you for what you did in Vogler as they pass by. Each of them mention that they have work available. They said it's listed in the Gazette, so if you need to see it, take a look. And then you see the marshal and the governor walking towards the door. And the governor nods to the marshal nods to the governor, and the governor looks at each of you and says, "You're clearly valiant warriors. We could use you. Maybe think about the offer." And he nods to you and walks. And the Marshal Vendry looks up and she goes, "We missed you at the meeting. We had a lot to discuss. Darrett said you're worth your metal and gold, so I assume he mentioned the offer. He accepted, so we're sending aid, but we could really get all we could really use all the help we could get. Are you still around, or did you bail already?"
Oh, well, I guess.
No, he bailed. He said he was going for a stash. He bailed.
Okay,
I'll
so
check
she'll...
on it. I'll check on it.
Huh?
I'll check on it, but I'll head back after.
Okay, so they're talking to her while you're gone, though.
Yeah, okay.
So, and she's looking at you three, and she as she says that, she goes, "That of the Minotaur that was with you? Tell him I'm looking for him when you see him."
Oh.
What did he do to razz you?
And she looks at you, and she goes...
She sees the dragon. In a cloak.
She does. She sees the dragon. She's like, "I'm going to assume that doesn't bite. Get a license for that damn thing." And she looks at you guys, and she goes, "Well, there's a place we frequent here, myself, my soldiers, called Steady Beacon. It's a great song. It's known for gambling, drinking, the normal shenanigans we would get along in when it comes to soldiering. Well, your friend has a habit for rolling the dice, as they say. He was pretty lucky for a long time, until he lost to me. He owes me a lot of money. Unfortunately, he just happened to skip out on town instead of paying me. So if you see him, tell him I'm looking for him."
Yeah, we all got egos.
She goes, 360 gold's not an ego.
You know.
It's my right. And then she looks at each of you and she goes, "But you three, are you willing to fight for us as well alongside Darrett, or are you going to help the villagers in whatever way you can?"
I'll do anything as long as you give me a steady income.
5 gold a week. It's yours.
Hey, I need a exotic animal license here.
And she looks at you and she goes, "I'll talk to the governor about the license. However, if you need some type of chambers for it to stay in during the day, we could probably keep you guys in the old ballroom on the 4th level. It's got 3 rooms attached that might be enough size for it while it's growing, but not forever. The thing looks like it's growing quick."
I bet.
I'd also like free ale.
Can't do the ale, but I can do room and board. She straight up offers you guys somewhere to stay for free, but she can't offer free food permanently. But she does say that the food will just come out of your paycheck. It'll still be 5 gold. You just won't see the difference.
Now, with everything that's going on outside the city walls, if we decide it's in the best interest of Kalaman and Salon, that we assist you in this, would it look bad on Kalaman and the council to have recruited outsiders such as ourselves, or would this remain quiet
And
secret?
She looks at you and she goes, "You fought for Vogler. Vogler falls within our province, so you're not technically outsiders."
Okay. Calabar was only kind of worried about like a word getting out that like they've hired these. Okay.
She'll take whatever expertise she can get, especially men and monsters that fight as well as you do and can best people that have slayed multiple. So there's information you didn't get from the meeting with Darrett.
Yeah.
But individuals that can slay beings that have slain scouts and knights and have laid waste to multiple villages and towns, she'll take you guys in a heartbeat regardless of what people think.
Okay. Calabar will ask one question that will determine whether he says yes or no. In the grand scheme of things, what is your stance on the Mages of High Sorcery?
And she pauses and she looks and she goes, Wyatt and I have done business before. She's reliable in a fight, pragmatic and rooted at times. I've heard rumors that maybe they're the cause of what's happened in the east, but it wouldn't explain the armies we've seen nor the raids and the burned villages and towns. I don't think there's enough mages around to cause that much damage, and even if they did, they either help, they're either neutral, or they're self-interested. I think the mages are a good ally, not necessarily an enemy. But who knows? Maybe one day a black robe will get in the way and we'll find out. Comes out as a very pragmatic answer.
Yeah. Sorry, the song with the instrument, it just reminded me of like The Godfather. We're having this
You come to my daughter's wedding.
Caliber understands what he hears and is satisfied, and he'll look at his companions, and he'll agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And she'll look at you too, since she recognized the armor. She recognizes the axe. Do you have the horn in your bag, or is it like strapped to your body?
It'd probably be in my bag. I kind of, because
She doesn't know you have the horn.
well, I guess I never closed my bag when he opened it, so it might be.
You could have. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I took off my cloak, put on the dragon thing, so
Yeah.
I would say it's probably somewhat visible.
So
to an extent.
she'd see the end of it that you put your lips on, and she kind of recognizes if she's not sure. She looks at both of you and she says, "The knight whose armor and weapon you both wield stayed here for a bit. It's the only knights that have been in Kalaman since the Cataclysm. The knights are quite far from here. But he was staying with us. He was also on the 4th floor of the ballroom. He might have left some possessions. I'm not sure. Maybe get with Darrett, since he now wears the Slambic armor, and see what you can find, what information there might be." And then she looks at you and she goes, "You were meant to work with him. Maybe there's information as to why." And she looks at you three. Actually, you're not there. Ignore that shit. She looks at you and says that shit, and then she looks at all three of you and she goes, "I'm glad you've agreed to work with us. Now, if you see Fengari, tell him I'm looking for him. And if he decides to work for us, maybe we can work something out. But I want my money."
And this was
Marshal Vendry.
and real quick, she wants to offer us to become lieutenants of what now?
Essentially, a specialty unit, essentially at the level of lieutenant within the army of Kalaman.
Is there a name to this organization?
No.
So we can name it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Scouts.
Dumb.
The Draco bitches.
Bad news. Or the Gucci gang.
God damn it. The bougie boys.
This is where you're asking about group name. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are free to name yourselves whatever you want. It just hasn't come up yet.
I
So,
don't think we've.
I don't think
we are the saviors of Vogler.
for the
We
moment,
are.
the backdoor breakers. You're the lizard. You're the lizard tamers. The hidey holers, like
the raging bull.
right. The horn touchers.
Oh god. Oh, definitely not the horn
Hey,
touchers.
they do it. They do this little cuddle thing with their
Yeah.
horns when they're excited. It's great.
It's called the Bravo team.
Bravo team. Bravo 1 going dark.
0 Dark 30.
Right.
Well, before they leave,
No
I'm saying,
Flingers
hey,
United.
I want to ask to save some time.
What?
One, any really good, who's the best seamstress in town? Or seam?
She
Sure.
she points you towards the kender that's listed on the Gazette.
Okay.
Not really a seamstress, more of like a good knick-knack shop. It's called Wanderer's Rest. So the Kender at Wonders Rest is always looking for Kenders that are coming in and out of town to share stories. That's kind of how Kenders
Okay,
are.
I forgot about Kenders here.
But in general, it's like a goods shop. Not really a tailor.
Like a
but
thrift shop?
Think of it like that, but like it's like an all-purpose goods. You know, she might be able to help out. Kenders are notorious for sewing their own patches into their outfits for places they go. So she could probably help you out.
Any seedy parts of town?
Any what?
Seedy parts of town.
Seedy parts?
Yeah, like, unsavory sorts.
You're trying to make like a Walkman or something? What
No,
you trying to
no, like we're unsavory sorts hanging out.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by seedy.
Like seedy people.
Gardening shops.
Exactly.
exactly.
Right. So the same district
Breweries.
that would probably near the wharf. She'd say near the docks, out that way, would probably be the shadiest location.
Look
Especially-
underneath the big trees.
Yeah.
Look for people with cloaks dealing some random drug of Ancelon. She got you. Okay. So puff pass, motherfucker.
If we, we've decided to be members of the secret organization of the Islamic Knight Army thing.
It's Kalaman's army.
Kalaman's
Kalaman
army.
has
that's
its
what it
own
is.
dedicated army.
Kalaman. Yep. I was trying to figure that out. Okay.
Kalaman has its own dedicated forces. There are no Knights of Islamna in Kalaman outside of currently Derek, but he's not actually a knight.
We want to help the best we can. Should we report to you for orders, or would you like to give us some now?
She looks at you guys and she says, I'll let Derek handle that. However, I'll let Derek tell you what his assignment is tomorrow. For today, once you get your friends and the villagers of Vogler settled, report to my... What was the name of it? I can't think of the name right now. My head is all over the place. Because you guys skipping all over this fucking chapter. Report to my clerk. She'll pay you 5 gold for this week. And then report to my office, and I'll hand you the signet of your office. And in the morning, you'll have your first orders. You can choose to stay within the castle tonight. Again, I'll have a guard lead you to your quarters after we meet in my office this afternoon, or you can stay among your people. The choice is yours. However, I would like to see you before the end of the day.
You mentioned the ballroom where you can store it.
It's
got multiple rooms.
It's the
Is
worship.
the ballroom itself
It's where
locked?
you'll be staying. You're gonna be your quarters.
So it's a nice big room.
Yeah, it's a small ballroom on the fourth floor of the
fine.
castle with three rooms attached. I need to find a map for it, but it's a very specific map. So
And my other question for her is, should we decide that working for the army of Kalaman isn't in the best interest of our people, or that, stopping the tide of this army?
you'd like to leave if you can.
Yes.
You're asking for an out.
Yeah.
She'll look at you and she'll say, "We could use the best fighters possible, and you're among the best, I think. However, should you say that your adventure takes you elsewhere, we will let you go, but we'll expect 10 gold as compensation for our time helping you and your people. At least.
You gotta prepay.
You gotta buy your way out your contract, my guy.
Per person?
Per person."
I like it.
She wasn't expecting that question, but thanks for asking. Free gold's always good.
Oh,
Well, I mean-
I wasn't there. Oh, I'm not there. Am I?
She look at you, motherfucker.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
He just wanted to look at stats. He's like, I don't even give a crap.
So, speaking of which, roll me a d20 at advantage for your navigation check. It'll be survival check.
What? Wait,
It's essentially a survival check for you, but your survival checks are at advantage because you have natural navigation or some shit that mandatory left.
Labyrinthian.
That one,
20
yeah.
and plus 2, 22.
So you managed to find your way straight to exactly where your stash was, like you left it there yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So it was a nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Not only do you find it, you managed to find it so quickly that you could probably make it back while they're still having a conversation with this lady.
Oh.
It was at the foot of the stairs. She walks down. Oh, there it is. Slings it and then walks down the stairs. Plain sight, best place to push it.
However, roll me a d20. You're lucky. The bag doesn't feel lighter. Nobody managed to find your stash.
Oh.
Does it feel heavier?
No, I wish.
People have been adding to it. It's weird.
It's like it was meant for the community, and they just kept making the scroll fund bigger. I can tell you.
Did he go back?
I don't know. He hasn't decided.
Sure. Do I run into anyone of interest?
Not yet.
Anyone that I noticed in the meeting? You know,
Nope.
dang.
Nope. You don't see Bakaris the Younger, the Older. You don't see Derek, members of your party. You see a couple guards passing occasionally. None that you recognize. Where are you at on the map?
Oh, you mean where my stash was?
Where are you?
Oh, this will be on the right side of the castle.
Where specifically? Jesus Christ.
Around the Wanderer's Rest, actually.
Okay. So, you, yeah. You don't notice any shady characters, anybody you would know. You do see a random Kender walking back and forth outside the Wanderer's Rest occasionally, kind of muttering and talking to people and being friendly. Occasionally another Kindle will talk to her, and she goes back inside. You recognize her briefly. You've had some brief conversations in the past. You've never gambled with her, though.
Opportunity. Double my money.
Double your money, Jesus Christ.
Also, at some point during that, I'm going to read that Gazette, just because she said the stuff.
I'll throw it in the Discord in a second. So she says, "I'm looking for Fingard." Remember, remember to tell him I'm looking for Fingard. And as she says that, Caliber goes, "There he is." And now she's looking and she goes, "You owe me money. You have what you owe me."
About that.
Hey, there's special
What do you mean about that?
You got that nice rod.
It's
you can get some money.
I don't have your money.
What do you mean you
I
don't?
have some.
Roll me a deception.
Oh, should
She knows you had at least a decent chunk before you left.
I don't know why I'm looking. It's a +0. I want to use my luck points.
Okay, use your luck point to roll.
Guidance.
You can give him guidance in the second roll. Fine, fuck it.
Guidance.
I'll put on the music just in case.
That one is a 12.
She looks at you and she goes, "Don't lie to me. You were great at gambling before you left, and I know for a fact you never took all your money with you. Where's my 360?"
I like the music.
She goes, "I'll tell you what. You aren't going to pay me. Then work for me. But you're not getting any wages. Everything that you make is going straight to me, and you can't stop working till it's paid off."
Oh, shoot. All right. Well then,
It's okay, you can buy yourself out.
I don't want to spend. All right.
She looks at you. She goes, "He can't. You can. He can."
Fair.
Well,
If you just do double or nothing.
Like, 720 and bet, mate. Rolls in that one. Ooh.
yeah, I'll sure. I'll
It's
do
like
it.
you're good at gambling.
You're gonna give her the 360?
Can I give her
Can I not?
You're gonna give her half?
half for now?
So you're saying to her, "I'll give you half right now if you give me time to pay you back the Lorenz." And she'll look at you and she goes, "You're only gonna pay me half when you said you had none? Really?"
I was prepared for this.
She's like, wow.
She's like, "I don't haggle with my debt."
All right.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Guided?
Nope. Actually, fine. I'll allow it. Roll a 1d4 on top.
It's a 12 again.
Plus a 1d4.
Oh. 2. 14.
She looks at you and she goes,
Did you?
"I won't take anything less than 340 gold."
Did you add your modifier?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
wait.
he added the.
Well,
He has a +0 modifier to persuasion.
Oh.
For persuasion.
If it'd be the same as your deception.
Yeah. It is.
True.
All right then.
And she's getting angrier at you every second because she knows you're lying to her.
Yeah.
And then
you said 340?
Yeah, she takes a step forward and she goes, I want my money. Where's my money? You do realize I control the entire army of Kalaman, right?
No, I did not know. I did not.
She's the marshal. I'm gonna take your sword. Like,
How much did he give her already?
I don't know.
Oh,
He gave her half, right?
He tried to, and she's like, yo, bro, don't chip out on me.
Oh, yeah, 340, right?
No less than 340 is what she'll take now, and the next 20 will be garnished from your wages for the next 4 weeks.
Cool.
That's a long time not getting money.
Can I borrow some cab fare?
Alright. Cool.
That's assuming that you're agreeing to work with her.
Yeah. I'd like to fight. Yeah.
I'll be a gladiator.
Please don't take all his money. He needs money for supplies. We ran out.
We'll give him his supplies. He'll be a soldier of Kalaman. You tried.
Well,
I'll try.
I'll take that money somewhere else.
Alright, so you now work for her. You're paying her 340?
Yeah.
Remove 340 from your inventory.
Yeah, I did.
However, she now has 340 gold that she has to put somewhere.
I have a bag she can put it in.
I'm just saying, we have a kleptomaniac in the group, and she has 340 gold.
No, because I'm not gonna. I don't steal from people like that.
You'll know where her quarters are and where she has her.
You're trying to tempt me here
That's what I
with
do.
a side quest I don't want.
I am a DM and you're a klepto. You stole a fucking dragon egg. Get out of here.
Yeah. That was from evil people.
You don't. She's pragmatic. You can't tell if she's good or if she's evil or if she's
but
neutral.
She's my boss. I ain't stealing from my boss. I have
You don't
principles.
shit where I eat. I
I have principles, okay?
However, you guys just heard that he still owes 20k or 20 gold.
That's like 20k.
Still has-
You know what?
and she grins at Fingar and she goes, "I always knew you'd be a good
I'm
soldier."
gonna give her 20 gold.
You're gonna give her 20 gold? She goes, "I'll take the charity any day."
Don't put yourself in debt.
And she
Yeah,
just took
give
it
me
as
the 20
charity
gold.
because you haven't said why you're giving her 20 gold.
It's to cover his debt, okay?
And she'll look at you and she'll go, "You're lucky you have good friends." But for you, instead of getting out for 10 gold, it's 20 gold in your contract. She doesn't like you.
Hey,
Alright.
by the way, you owe me 20 gold.
I could have paid the 20.
So now she has 3. I know you could have paid the 20.
Yeah, I was confused why you didn't.
Fucking cheap ass Minotaur. 20 gold.
I got that nice payday in the first.
Yeah.
And I gave him half, I think.
So she looks at you guys and she looks at Fingar. She's like, 20 gold to get out of your contract. And she like grabs your shoulder. That's clearly taller than she is. And she pulls you down and goes, "Don't you ever forget you're a soldier of mine." And she shoves you back. And she looks at all of you and she goes, "I expect you all at my office before the end of the day." And she walks away.
Hell yeah.
So you guys get this feeling that she means business. And she's a very pragmatic, no bullshit leader.
I like it.
So, you whole bitch. Oddly placed, but I like it.
This is Chrono Trigger.
It is.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna go to the ballroom with my dragon real quick.
You guys haven't been shown where it's at yet. You'd be pacing the castle without any idea. She said she would have a guard show you your quarters after you reported to her office later.
Oh, well, I figure they're not going to be walking around the city with a dragon, so they would, allow me. Because she said I could put him in there.
If you name drop that she said it's fine, you'll probably be fine.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Just go.
Just
Like,
name
hey.
drop. Hey, Vendry said it's dope. Get the fuck out the way.
Yeah,
Cool,
very
thanks.
much.
Yep. I'm very Bronx today for some reason. I apologize.
There we go.
If you didn't know, some of the guards have a Bronx
Say
accent.
their dragon is Vendry. This is Vendry.
Yeah.
She's polymorphed by him, and she points at Calabar.
He turned her into a toad.
Right?
But no, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go try to find where it's at.
Yeah.
Take my dragon there and talk to him.
You can also say that the exotic animal license is in the works.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like, is there any meat in the store I can buy?
She's walking away currently, so you're asking her or the guard?
No, the guard.
The guard looks at you and goes, "There's some in the kitchen, I'll take you right there." And he walks down to the right a few doors and he walks in. He grabs like fresh beef and just hands it to you, and it's like this pile in his fucking hand. Like, you asked for fresh meat, take it.
I'm gonna toss my bag over to him. Can you put it in the bag and tie it, please?
Your satchel?
Yeah, my bag. And I'm gonna throw him some. I'll give you 2 coins if you just tie it up in there for me.
He grabs your satchel.
Don't hand it to me like that.
He grabs your satchel, okay, and he throws
That's
the meat
fine.
in the satchel. He takes the straps of your satchel because it like buttons, and he ties it around the top a couple of times, pulls it off.
Perfect.
So instead of having a strap, now you have like a purse.
That's fine. I just don't want him handing me meat with a dragon on my shoulders.
You turn into like a hamster feeder.
Like, hey,
there is like an acid burn hole at the bottom of this bag. So
I'm just gonna tell him like, hey,
Squeeze it.
you gotta wait. Don't worry.
and you feel your dragon
Just time
bristling,
it.
and he's like licking his chops. And you're lucky you're immune to his acid because the acid started to drip down your shoulder a little bit. You're getting like a scorch mark down your armor.
A good thing it's fabric.
So
Yeah. Then go into the ballroom area.
you guys still don't know where the ballroom is.
No, I asked him guard. I thought I already asked the guard this.
Yes, but she said to report later, and she'd have a guard take you there. So for the moment, the guard isn't aware that you're supposed to be going to the ballroom.
Oh, that's what I'm telling. I'm telling the guard like, hey.
So okay, the guard's gonna say, okay, well it's on the fourth floor. You take that stairwell. You go all the way to the top, down the way, 2 doors to your right, and around the corner. And that's the ballroom.
Cool.
And he just gives you like these bullshit directions. He just doesn't want to deal with you after having to tie up the meat in your satchel, and he walks away.
I mean, guess that's what I'm doing.
Okay, roll me survival check.
An advantage because Fengari and Bacchus are here, and they should know their way around. Because this is technically like a labyrinth to get where he's got to go.
Are you guys going with him, or are you waiting in the courtyard?
No, yeah, I was trying to go drop my stuff out there.
Then yes. However, you guys don't know if you have a chest or anything up there yet. She hasn't told you. She said you guys could stay up there.
And
So
we want to go up there anyways. But
Guidance as well.
Sure. The 19. Plus.
okay. So you manage to navigate your way there, and you get to the door. You're like, "This has got to be it." And you open it up, and it's. Are you going with them?
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. So as you're going through, there's statues. It seems like of the same knight every fucking time. Are you still looking to try and see what this knight is? Okay. Let me find it. All right. Roll me a religion check.
Or larger.
You should be fine. It's fucking religion. I'm sure you're proficient.
Well,
Or not.
I don't play to the stats. I play to the characters.
Religion. You're a cleric turned mage.
-7, no.
Right.
7. Guidance.
Sure. It's still not gonna matter, but. Is anybody assisting him with the religion check before I even think about going further?
That's a 10.
If you assist, he just
plus
gets to roll another d20.
10. I got 10.
I'm assuming he's assisting you, so roll
Yeah.
another d20.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Guidance. Okay. Well, it was a 19 plus a 2.
Okay.
Which would
So-
be a 20. However, when I threw my second dice, it hit the first dice. I don't know if you want to deal with that or not.
That's fine.
Okay.
So you recognize these statues of the warrior god Kiri Jolith, and he is the patron of the Islamic Knights of the Sword. And you see that every single statue, both inside of the ballroom and throughout the castle, is the same knight, which is Kiri Jolith.
This is a little,
Kire-Jolith, Jolith.
they really like this guy, huh?
Oh, he's the patron saint. if you
No,
will.
they were saying that like, man, they that's who they think. Yeah.
So, you guys make it up there. You notice that there's about 12 beds lined up in this room like a barracks. Each one has a chest. You're not sure if that means that the chest is meant for that individual bed or not. You also see 3 rooms two that go off the side, and one that goes off the far end of this ballroom. You haven't entered those rooms yet, but they appear to be the rooms that she mentioned would be beneficial for your dragon.
Okay. On the way up there too, I'm gonna share the information in the Gazette with them since they didn't read it.
Huh?
The-
That he was
Wait,
the one rolling the religion check. He got it.
No, the Gazette.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Gazette.
yeah. The
okay.
information I read in the Gazette. I'm just gonna share that.
I mean, I'm gonna just say you guys all have the information at this point because it's in the Discord. So
They really want fish here. You get that nice rod, and you're master fisherman.
Let me go inside.
Not that you matter. Not that you probably have time.
Check the chests.
But just so you know.
yeah, there's chests and beds. You don't know if there's more people staying in here or not. You don't know which bed is yours. You just know there's about 12 beds, 12 chests, 3 rooms.
What, this is this the same? This is the same area where the other guy was saying. Prissy France.
He was. Yes, Prissy Pants was staying up here as well at one point. Again, you can't tell if he was staying in one of the beds, if he was in one of the rooms, which one was his.
Is there any where it looks like belongings were left at all that we can see?
Nope.
Okay.
The beds are made. They appear to be well kept. A well kept space. It's like so. It's dilapidated, but it's not a ruin. If it were, the beds are maintained. It's like they have maid service that comes through. It hasn't been slept in recently.
Is there a way for us to lock the door and like take a key with us?
There's a guard out front. Nobody's gonna go in there. Only authorized individuals will come in. and out.
So there was a guard out front the whole time?
Yep. Nobody asked, nor did you notice.
I mean, we would notice. So
I mean,
We didn't ask.
He's just a sneaky
Yeah,
guy.
for that. If they say, yeah, you find a way to the room. Obviously, you let us know. There's a guard outside the room.
He was a bugbear guard.
Hey, you know what? You guys didn't ask. I just gave you the room because you were intent on the damn room. Take the fucking room.
Yeah, we got the
Jesus
room.
Christ.
Okay.
Take the goddamn room.
I'm gonna pull out my satchel. Okay. Reach in, pull a little piece out.
And the dragon like leaps off your arm. He's not used to his wings yet, so he kind of does like the and hits the ground. Boom. And as he hits the ground, the meat falls and just throws his neck back and catches it as he hits the ground. So it's this weird combination of like cat landing on its feet, wings out like a fucking bird. Like it's the most majestic, weird looking goose, like a fucking swan you've ever seen. It's beautiful.
You're not very graceful, are you?
And he just looks at you, and you get this like feeling like he's flipping you off with a wing, but you can't tell.
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay. You do notice there is like this strange piece of like wood that might have been a crutch in one of the back corners of the room that's kind of leaned up. It's got like a Y at the top and straight down. That looks like it would fit underneath your armpit. Feeding bag if you want it on the end of it and just prop it up and then it drops the meat for the fucking dragon.
Oh, I would have never thought of that.
You're welcome.
That was a little wild.
Hey, it works.
I was out there.
Hey, we
So
had
you know what?
the old chaplain made a flamethrower from a rat in a cage on a giant stick, so anything is possible, right?
Yeah.
He definitely tried.
I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, I need to go get information, go get you more food. Maybe find a way to so you can not have to be in my bag anymore.
Roll me animal handling. Nat one.
Ooh.
Is that a nat one?
Guidance.
What was it?
That was that one.
So you're saying this, and your dragon is so busy devouring meat as it's coming out of this bag that he ignores you. He's not hearing anything you're saying to him.
I'm gonna walk over and put my hand on the bag and be like, hey,
He nips at your hand.
I'll nip at him.
That's a nat one. He's not. You can give a fuck. There's meat. He wants it. Whether it's your hand or the meat, he's intent or she's intent.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
So. Nat one tells me what to do. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you know what I'm gonna do?
Mm.
Rip that bag open and just let him have all the meat.
Okay. Your dragon eats all of the meat and then falls asleep on the floor. Okay. And his stomach is like fucking nice and bloated. He's curled up like a cat, but his belly's so fat right now that he can't really tug his legs in. So he's like a very awkward C with a bump in the center.
Yep.
That's how I lay on the couch.
I'm gonna leave. He can read, I assume.
The dragon?
Yeah.
No. The dragon can
well,
speak.
like, could he read Draconic if I?
I would assume not because you have not taught him how to read.
I didn't know if just inherent intelligence, because since he learned to speak like immediately.
But that was inherent knowledge because he's a dragon. Don't get me wrong, he probably could with time, but he hasn't been exposed to it.
That's fine.
So.
He's been exposed to darkness and the smell of a bag.
Right.
It's true. I did think about that.
3 days.
Well, because when we went on the boat, we had the time in between. Like we went to sleep, but then it came morning. I was like, I probably should have
let him loose.
I should have talked more, but it was too late.
It's okay. It was a natural cutscene.
I need to take this great axe out of my inventory, sadly. Yeah.
What else are you guys doing inside this
Don't
ballroom
do
that
it.
now
We're
has a
done.
sleeping dragon with a meat bag ripped open?
Taking a nap.
Okay.
What time is it?
It's been a long morning.
It's about noon.
Okay.
We didn't get good sleep on those boats.
Don't forget, you guys still have your villagers out on the coast waiting for help from Kalaman.
I'm gonna snap up from my bed.
And motherfucker's like, oh my god, it's the next day!
We sit up really fast because I remembered that we had to help them.
Spears gone too.
All of you guys like, shoot the villagers! It just, eyes open. Darren's walking to the door like, yo, what the fuck, bro? You just meet Kalaman and now we don't matter anymore? Darren's not there. Oh my god, that's funny.
While they were doing what they were doing, taking a nap.
I was
I
going
was trying to and then woke up to the sounds of
I mean,
internal
technically,
noise.
it's like a short rest, like an hour nap. Or
You could probably take an hour rest. Like I said, she told you it would take about 2 hours for them to reach the villagers, but it'll also take you guys 2 hours to reach the villagers.
Yeah.
So by the time you get there, they'll be packing up the wagons and turning this way.
I might as well wait.
They
They
got
got back down.
Fuck
thinking about
that shit, I'm taking a nap, boy.
Calamar's gonna take
Take
out his set of playing cards and just kind of.
Start playing cards. You see this, by the way.
Can I count that as a short rest?
Sure, you can count it as a short.
Can I
Yeah.
deal you in?
Sure. Yeah. Actually.
Okay. Shit. I'll tell you what, Vito. You have more experience with playing games like that in D&D, so I'll let you run it for how the board game or how the card games ran for dice checks. Since you're dealing him in anyway. Except you get to use your only D20 die. I'm kidding.
Yeah. We'll play 21. You ever heard of Cracker Jack? Yeah.
No.
You basically you take 3 dice and you roll. So essentially, it's like 21. You roll 3d6.
Oh, 3d6.
I got you. I got plenty of D6 for you.
Oh.
All the D6.
I got
So
these
essentially-
D6 and these D6 and these D6.
Sure, let's,
You
let's try
and I roll
I'll just get some notes.
3d6, and then after we roll it, we're trying to get to 21, right? You can hit, you can stay, and each time you roll another d6. That's it.
So
Okay.
3d6 is your initial hand, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And then additional d6 is on top of the hand. You ever played Blackjack
Yeah.
21?
So y'all
So-
are playing
so-
this in the area now?
Yeah.
So 3 and then
Um,
1 after.
Y'all are y'all staying here a while?
So when it comes to additional rolls due to feats, I will let you know.
All right. Roll 3d6, add it up.
Hold on. Are there any bets on this game?
We'll see how the first hand goes.
He ain't got any gold.
5 gold.
All right.
5 gold. Does it matter where?
Just roll it in your dice tray.
Just remember the number you have.
If you want to write it
21.
down,
No, okay.
taking notes and writing things down is always a great idea in D&D. Just throwing that out there.
That's a 9.
Shameless plug.
So how much do you have?
That's a. Oh. It's,
No, you
I mean,
don't.
it's,
Why not? Yeah.
it's 9.
Okay, I have 9 as well. I'm gonna hit, and I'm going to lay down 1 gold.
Let's get you some.
Alright, I will do the same.
If you guys want
Let's
to,
see, you
you
keep your
can
dice,
text
you can
me
just take
in
some more.
Discord what your numbers are
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
I don't-
rolls.
Oh,
So you have some extra.
I was just gonna roll.
And just roll. You can just remember you have 9. Use
9,
the
yeah,
3 that
yeah.
are in front of you. That's fine.
Yeah, like I said, you know what? Here, pull up calculator on your phone. Just do it fucking that way.
Alright. I mean, I'll remember.
Alright.
All right. Hit.
Ooh, 15.
Okay, I'm at 10. Do you want to stay or hit? Do you
I
wanna
will
raise? Okay.
Hit or raise? Raise is increasing the pot. He said 1 gold, you matched him. So it's 2 gold on the table. You raise, you still hit. You're just increasing the pot.
Sure, I'll raise.
How much
How
you
much?
raising?
By one more gold.
Okay. I will match that, and I will hit again.
Is it closest to 21 or 21 on dot?
As close to 21
Cool.
Or
That's what I
21?
thought.
I mean, 21, yes.
Oh, 21.
Okay.
So now you need to meet or
Oh.
I can continue to
Yeah.
hit
until you meet.
until I have to keep trying to.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
another 6.
So I'm at 13. 16.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
So we give the money back.
So yeah, you can.
Yeah.
If you guys want to, you could keep the pot and keep rolling.
Let it roll?
Keep the pot, keep going.
Maybe.
At
Want
that
to?
point, you keep 4 on the table, and then you keep playing the pot.
Yep.
Sure.
So make
we
it
roll
D&D
3 again?
21.
Anybody else want to join in?
I'm gonna go do stuff. Well,
You know you like shiny things. Get the fuck in there.
no, because it's not stealing.
It's not.
I don't want to give up. My
It's
shit.
theoretically gamble stealing. You're
Listen,
stealing the
listen.
pot.
Like I'm trying to go get information on like.
On what? You guys are waiting for the Voglerian visitors to get to
but
the
I'm
trade
trying to
camps.
see if there's any information on like the army. Did they follow us? Anything like that?
And she
And
told
I'm
you guys.
trying to go to.
So you got to
some people
remember,
outside.
she said to report to her by the end of the day for
Yeah, it's
so
like
you can
10
get,
o'clock. You said.
and then you'd get your orders tomorrow, which is probably going to involve any army stuff you need to do.
Yeah.
So you probably don't need to worry about it for the rest of the day.
But either way, I'm trying to go do some stuff. So
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask them if like they're staying there a while. If they are, I need to go restock on supplies. I need to get.
We should do
Oh.
that too.
I want to restock on my rations. I also don't want to leave this dragon here that just fell asleep by itself. So if y'all are playing a game,
Can you
Can I-
babysit my boy?
can I tell him how to say in Draconic like he'll be back. He's going for food.
Do you want to learn some Draconic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna teach him how to say.
So here's how we'll do it.
It's a lot more guttural than I thought.
So here's how we're gonna do it. You won't be able to be proficient in Draconic immediately, but it'll be a roll for how well you teach on intelligence, and a roll for how well you comprehend on intelligence.
Which should be good because
Yeah.
I comprehend
16
plus
plus
guidance.
You need to meet
16.
a 16 or less,
Okay.
or actually 16 or more. So you need to meet.
3 and. Okay.
What'd you get?
13.
Okay, so you understand the structure of the sentence and the base meaning, but your pronunciation's a little off.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That's fine.
It works.
I think he's smart enough to figure it out.
You'll get
What
there.
you're saying? No, like the dragon's smart enough to figure
We
out.
will
what he's
we will figure that out when it gets
Um,
there.
We'll find out.
Why?
And then I have one
Just
ration
use
left
like
and a
the
water skin.
What's that?
So I'm gonna find something, fill it up with water, leave that last
3
ration for him.
pieces.
You could probably ask the guard if he can bring a bucket of water or a chamber pot full of water.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Yeah. The guard just brings it in and sets it by the door. He doesn't know why, and then he sees the sleeping dragon and just backs away like, what the fuck? Alright, got it, cool. Bye.
I'm just gonna have him put it outside the door and just let them know to grab it whenever he brings it.
It's already there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they can grab it, and he has some water, he has some food, and I'm gonna go out.
Okay. Where are you going? Are you going to
So
the map again?
to
By the way,
start.
just so you guys are tracking, the villagers are not coming into Kalaman. They're literally going to the trade camps. So you
Yeah.
may not know when or if they arrive. The most you're going to get is Derek coming in and like, where the fuck are you?
Yeah.
So, just so you guys are tracking.
Okay.
Play a few more hands and then go.
Check.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to. Did she say where the person that was it the Milara's oddities or whatever?
What?
When I asked about the seamstress, I couldn't remember.
No, she was talking about the. Oh goodness. Yes, yeah, it was Mulara's oddities. Yes,
Did she explain where it's at?
it explains where it's at.
In the Gazette.
Yeah, it's just near the Fisher's Gate. So,
I'm gonna head over that way.
okay, so it'll take you about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to get there.
Okay.
So, if you guys would like to roll for your game in the meantime, we'll give it 2 rolls and then you'll be there.
Yeah.
3
Or
6.
two hands and you'll go there.
6. I'm gonna hit.
You gonna raise? Oh, you don't put anything in the pot?
So it's currently 4 pot on the table.
Yep. I'm gonna add an additional one.
Okay, so one you guys gonna raise or match?
Match.
Or fold. You can fold if you want.
A match.
Okay. So now there is 7 gold in the pot. Roll a d6 if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry.
Put another gold in.
Match, raise, or fold.
How much have I put in?
You put in. There's
4
currently
now if you
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So the current pot is 8, depending on if you match or raise.
oh, I'll match.
Okay. So now 9.
How much?
9. So 10 gold in the pot. Roll. Where you guys? What are you guys gonna do?
Oh, wait.
Ladies first, I guess.
Oh, this actually made a mistake right there.
You first, Matt.
Oh, me? Oh,
What do you want to do? Do you want to match? Do you want to raise? Do you want to fold? What do you want to do?
oh,
Stay.
No, that
Stay,
would
raise, fold. What do you want to do? So stay is
I'll raise.
how much you want to raise by?
By 1 more, I guess. So, big. So, it would be 5.
So another gold.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 11 gold in the pot. Raise or fold? Raise, match or fold?
Oh, match.
I match.
Okay, so there's 13 gold in the pot. If I'm not mistaken. Roll. And again, if you feel like using a feat or ability that gives you something, please tell me. Okay. So, if you guys manage to hit that point, please text me in the Discord so I know what your number is. Match, raise, or roll, fold, or stay. What do you want to do?
I'll stay.
I'm gonna raise.
Okay.
One.
One. Okay, so that's 14 in the pot. You raise, stay, raise, match, or fold. Unless you're at 21. If you're at 21, you can stay at 21. Just raise the pot. Or match the pot. Because once you're at 21, you don't have to roll anymore.
So, if I stay.
If you stay, you just don't roll.
Oh,
You have to. You still have to match the pot.
You have to match. You have
if
to
you wanna
match
stay,
his
If you want
extra
to
point.
stay in the game, you have to
You
match.
still have to
okay.
match.
Unless you're
the-
at 21.
If so, here, I guess here's how we'll do it. If you're at a number score you'd like to stay at, you don't have to roll again, but you need to match the pot to stay in the game.
Sure, I'll stay.
So you're gonna match and stay, not
Yes.
roll. Okay. So now there's 15 gold in the pot.
I'll match.
Okay. 16 gold in the pot. So for those of you that are rolling and not keeping your current number, roll.
Excuse me.
Okay. So is anybody at 21? Anybody bust 21? So you're
Don't do
out.
that.
You're out.
I just bust.
So
You had a good one.
where are you guys sitting?
You want to say the number?
What's your number?
19.
19.
Okay, so you guys need. So with the pot currently split, you guys have a decision: split the pot
Yeah.
or roll.
We
Try to get 21 and see who busts.
That's the pot.
Oh,
It's 7 gold each, or
well,
or
what if we
roll.
both bust?
If you both bust,
Then it goes
then
to
it goes.
Kalaman.
if you both bust, we'll say it's a busted hand. The pot stays. You can all play
Pot
again.
stays, yep.
But y'all are both making money off a split pot, right?
Well, hang on.
Just curious. No, I'm just asking.
I'm good with either or.
No. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. You gotta make a
He's a
decision.
gambler.
You literally have a feat that gives you advantage right now. Make a fucking
Yeah,
roll.
well, actually,
He was trying
let
to
me
hint
read
at
about
it.
it.
Jesus Christ. I'd choose either. No! Fuck.
Let me read about this.
You roll again?
Yeah.
So it's 9:01 right now. If you guys want to go till 10, we can go till 10.
That's fine.
It's up to you guys. It's really up to Vito because it's his house.
I'm not getting shit done tonight, so.
Good.
Did you want to roll again?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Alright. So, are you raising the pot or are you keeping the pot at 14?
Let's raise it by 2 gold.
Two
Two?
gold? I mean, I do have
And
that
you'll match?
luxury.
He's gonna re-raise.
It's now at 18 gold in the pot. Roll.
Oh. All right, 2.
Is there anything you want to do before we go any further?
Sure, I'll use my luck points.
Okay.
You took luck? Nice.
Roll focus.
Oh, 21. Right there.
Okay, so he rolled 21. Where are you at right now?
20.
You have a choice. You have a choice.
I mean, you really don't have a choice. You either lose it
You
or
either
roll.
lose,
I know.
you either fold and lose the 18, or you roll.
So what, he loses 6, essentially?
You have a
No
1 in
choice.
6 chance to meet what you need.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll try and roll again.
Alright.
No, I bust.
Okay.
That means
You win
can
18
pay-
gold.
You can pay it back.
Don't worry, I'll be asking that game.
Okay, so as they finish this game, you reach
Okay.
Melura's
HP.
oddities. So you walk in, and you see this Kender lady kind of sitting on this high stool behind the counter. Her arms are kind of propped up, and she goes, "Welcome in. We don't get a lot of your kind in here. Please tell me some stories of places you've been and things you've seen." She seems a little too eager for her own good.
Oh, you're a bit much. But
You're a bit much.
But I mean, I've been a little bit everywhere. What do you want? What do you want to know?
And she looks at you. She goes, "Well, we Kender love our travels, and I've been across this continent 3 times over. I've collected places from here, from there, from everywhere.
Where's your favorite place?
Definitely where I'm from.
Huh?
Definitely where I'm from.
Where
we
you
Kender are from the best
Oh.
forest ever. If
Do I
you've
know
never
where-
seen,
Do I know where they're from?
no,
Zero.
you've never been there.
Well, I don't know if I
But you would know
from-
that Kender from like the Kender Woods. You would know that. But she's like, it's the most magical, beautiful place on this whole continent. Even the Sylvanesti have nothing on it.
Well, I've never been there, so I can't say otherwise.
And she tells you this huge, like, fabulous tale of magic in the air and nice breezes and rivers and animals that just come right in your door. And it sounds like a fairy tale, is the way she makes it sound. And it's almost unbelievable, but you can tell that she's so excited that it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. She's just glad to tell the tale.
You know what? That sounds like the next place I'm trying to visit.
And she looks at you and she goes, "Now tell me, where's your favorite place you've been?" And her eye just gets big and she's
Do
looking
we
at
have the
you.
map?
Do we have the map?
Yeah, so I can see where I've been.
It's going to be partial in
No,
your backstory.
well, we're just gonna assume I've mostly been in the desert and like some forest areas around it because I've always been to Kalaman, like Vogler. Vogler, I mean.
Vogel.
So I'm gonna be like,
Oh, come on.
I'll be like, I've been to some major cities.
You guys see my mouse over there? Yeah. There you go. So for reference, we're up in the top over here. This is Nightland, right in here. This is the Tilson Busick. This is the east
So
side.
yeah, I'm from like the mountains, right?
You're from out this way, yeah.
Because I was from Tommy
Yeah.
Busick.
Tommy Busick, yeah.
So I'll tell her, I'll be like, I kind of grew up in the mountains, spent some time in the desert, a little bit of time in the forest.
I've been everywhere.
The desert is literally like the worst thing to ever exist. It's sand. I don't know why people fight over it.
Oil. It's all about the oil.
Yeah, apparently there's some natural resources out there. It's stupid to me. It's the worst land ever. So, I think the forests are probably my favorite. So what you're describing just sounds amazing, honestly.
And she looks at you, and she just gets this big, like, Cheshire cat grin on her face that it's not that big, but you get the feeling it's the biggest smile you ever seen,
Yeah.
And she goes, "That sounds horrible. I'm glad you like forest instead." And it's like this weird back-assward compliment. You're like, what the fuck, bro? And she looks at you, she
I
goes,
can't be mad because she's right.
right? And she looks at you, she goes, "What can I do you for?"
Well, I was told you might be able to do a little stitching, so trying to get some custom
And as
work done.
As you say stitching, she like takes her leg like that every other old grandma in the world, just throws it up on the counter and starts pointing at patches along her piece of pant. She goes, "Stitching!" and she starts telling you stories about each one down her pant leg and all the places that they're from. And she goes, "I've done a lot of stitching. What kind do you need? More like this?" And she's just like freaking out.
You ever worked with feathers before?
And she looks at you and she goes, "Feathers? Like lion? Like her robes?"
Yeah, kind of like that. That's a astute observation.
And she goes, "Yeah, lion doesn't have very good stories." And then she
she doesn't seem very nice.
she doesn't like a lot of people. It's got to be the black robes. There's something about pragmatism and living for yourself.
Yeah, something about conforming. You can't conform to standards, but everyone in your group has to conform to you. I don't know.
Sounds like anarchy. She goes, it depends. How do you want the feathers sewn? Do you want them like attached to your uniform? Do you want a cloak? What do you want?
I got this pet, and I kind of want to make some, for a festival.
I could make something for a cat, makes him look like a bird.
I'm thinking, about this size.
And you like give her the measurements?
Some measurements. Like
she looks.
And
at
maybe
you.
where with some adjustable straps where I can adjust the size of them.
She looks at you and she goes around the counter. She grabs a book and she starts flipping through the pages and she pulls up one that just says dragon on the top and she goes, "Is it meant for this?" And she just points at it and looks at you like.
I've never seen one of those, but that looks badass. I want to make it look like that.
And she
looks anything that would kind of look like those wings that.
And she kind of looks at you and she's kind of quizzical, like, "This guy's weird." And she goes, "I could make something for a young dragon, maybe, but it's not going to be cheap."
What's cheap? Or what's not cheap?
40 gold at least.
How long would it take?
At least 3 or 4 days. And I'm telling you, I'm going to lose money because I can't work while I'm doing it. This is an all-day gig. Dragons grow fast. The sizes you've given me aren't going to last very long.
Well, can you make it adjustable?
Adjustable to an extent, but leather only goes so far. Cloth only goes so far. We don't have some magic thing that just extends as it stretches. That's some weird cloth.
Maybe anything I can, maybe something modular where I can add pieces to it.
Like my patchwork? And she gets this big Cheshire grin again.
You know what?
And she goes,
I think that could work.
I could make something bougie.
You know what? How much that going to cost me?
45 gold. She starts increasing the price because now you're asking for extra shit.
Okay. 45 gold. And then you said 3 days?
3 or 4 days, yeah.
How much you get done? 2.
Double.
We'll go 3 or 4 days. 3 days. Okay. 50 if you can get it done 3.
She looks at you and she goes, 75 for 3. And now she's got her merchant hat on. She's haggling.
I can't quite swing that, so we'll stick to the 4 days.
Okay. Maybe 70 for 3. And she's still looking to make that extra money off you if she can.
Nah, I can't. I just had to get a buddy out of a bind.
And
he made some bad investments.
She goes, "Must not be important. What's your best dollar?"
55.
She looks at you and she goes, 60.
2.5.
2.5
days.
What? 57.50 is that what you're on?
No, like 2.5 days.
2.5 days?
All right, I'll give you 60 with 2.5 days.
And she goes, "I would only do that for 120. See, now she's being
okay. You know what? All right. 60 it is.
And she goes, "I'll take it."
Cool.
So you should have it 3 days time.
Cool.
She goes, "However, I want to see what it's meant for."
Okay,
I'll take it.
You said in 3 days you gotta see what it's meant for. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Hopefully someone knows how to disguise something. And then I'm thinking any way to make it so we can possibly. Oh, no. Okay, I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
But
I don't know shit.
on top of that, so it's like a general store. You said pretty much. You got rations?
Yeah.
Rations, maybe.
Oh, 50 silver each. We got a good 30 or 40 here on hand.
How many silver is in gold?
So 50 silver would be like half a
gold.
gold.
Oh, like half gold.
Yeah. So 5 silver really. 50 copper, 5 silver.
How many each was it? Sorry. For the
5
rations?
silver per, if you will.
So
And then 10 silver will be 1 gold.
So 10 silver would be 20 rations.
Huh?
10 silver would be, or sorry, a gold would be 20 rations.
A gold would be 2 rations. 5 silver per ration. 10 silver is 1 gold.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what I did there.
That's okay. I think you did it. So I typically like to use tens places.
Yeah.
So it would be 50, and then you get to 100, and it would be 1. But when Tony was here, he got really confused with that. So I just simplified it to 10 gold is 1, or 10 silver is 1 gold.
So 10 rations would be 5 gold.
Yes.
Okay, I'll buy 5 of those.
And she looks at you. She goes, "Had more money, did you?" And she hands it over to you.
Well, I can't break the bank. I said 10 rations is 5 gold. Remove, and then add 10 rations. Okay, I'm gonna. All right, I'm gonna bid it. Hey, see you in 3 days.
And
And I'm start.
she just nods and she goes, "You better bring back stories," as you walk out.
All the best stories.
So, you three. Is there anything else you guys would like to do in the meantime? Are you waiting for him to return? Do you want to gamble more since you just took all your money?
So we just go down
To
to the shanty
camp.
town.
Okay. So you guys are starting to exit the keep. Are you walking back to the keep, or are you going?
You said you're on the shanty
They're
town?
going to the trade camps.
Okay.
Where is my mouse? Is my mouse on that screen?
No.
Well, I gotta get it to activate again. It's like,
It's over here. Up in there. No, you moved the wrong way.
I know.
Okay.
I'm getting on.
Okay.
Dink. Okay, so donkey, please.
So we left here. I went that way. Okay.
Yes. So it'll take you about 45 minutes to get back.
Oh, I'm gonna go towards the wharf.
Okay.
Or that's the way I'm gonna start heading back that way towards the
Are you
castle.
just gonna go towards the trade gate, or are you going back to the castle?
No, I'm probably going back to the castle. But I don't know they're leaving. But on the way, I'm gonna go this way.
Okay. You're looking for
Shady individuals.
You see a ton of shady people. You see all these rapscallions, pirates, traders.
Yeah.
People, you know, you feel at home.
Anyone that stands out, like
You see a couple of ship captains that stand out like they have
Yeah.
information, but
yeah.
you don't see anybody that you particularly think would have the information you're looking for.
No, it's not necessarily the information I'm looking for. It's more someone who can get me in contact with my contact. I won't find nothing. I'm just heading back to Castle Kalaman.
Okay. So as you get towards the castle, you see them exiting the castle and heading down the main road towards the trade gate.
Just hey, you follow in line with them.
Okay. You guys doing anything on the
Where are
way?
you guys going?
I'm sure to head there.
Calavar feels like he's being followed, but he's not sure by what yet since he hasn't introduced himself and said, "Hey guys, I'm with you."
What?
You feel like you're being followed because he's behind
No,
you.
I said hey.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Well,
what I
you
said.
hear
Hey, guys.
"hey" from behind you guys.
Actually,
Yeah.
actually, hey, what's up with old boy up there?
Referring to Dragon Boy up top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should.
Well,
I told him to stay up there.
Roll me animal handling.
I'm scared.
Can I roll deception because I did not tell him to stay there?
You roll deception first, yes.
Oh god.
And then if you actually did roll the animal handling,
he's like, I forgot.
shit, now I need to make that decision.
Oh, 14.
Kid just said he's still sleeping.
Guidance?
Sure.
Oh, sure. I'm giving myself that.
Your guidance said, "Fuck you!"
Oh, geez. 18.
He roll me a perception check. Roll me a perception check.
Kid just said, hey, he was still sleeping. 12 plus 4, 16.
You believe every word he just said.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
sure if he heard us, though, because he was still sleeping.
Yeah, you know what? Go check on him.
Okay.
Where are you guys going in case I need to find you?
Where we were meaning to go before.
Oh,
Go help out.
So it's been about an hour and a
Okay.
half since
Yeah.
they left.
Yeah, I'm gonna head up that way. He's a wild card.
Yeah, they're not even back where the refugees are yet. So
And then they
We'll
still
get
have to
there.
load the refugees and everything else as well.
We'll get there as they're finishing loading them, and then we'll be able to help them. We should be able to help them bring them to the.
Before you
Freaking.
go, here's your 20 back.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh, you had a little luck in the cards, or the dice, did you? How much did you win?
Well, exactly. Well, not really exactly, but almost as much as you gave me. So, give it back.
And you're with your passive insight, you get the feeling he was holding out on the marshal before.
Yeah. You know what? We'll take this for now. I'll take my 20. Thank God. It could have been 2 days.
In the future, if you guys gamble, feel free to use inspiration for rerolls.
Oh, I forgot inspiration. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to check on Dragon Boy. You three are heading out the trade gate towards the camp, correct? Okay, so as you guys head through the trade gate, those two guards that you saw before, the one that escorted you to the council chambers, the one that challenged Drip and almost busted his ass, see you guys and they kind of nod. And they're already aware of what's happening and what's going to be going on inside the trade camps. And say good luck. Hopefully you guys get your friends back safe. And then they say the wagon train from Kalaman just left 40 minutes ago. So you guys should probably catch them up on the road, or at least be there in time to help them load.
Okay.
So, yeah, so by the time you guys spent gambling and running around, they were actually still getting the trains collected to send them out.
Alright.
Yeah.
Wanderers again.
Okay. So you get upstairs, and you walk past the guard, and the guard says, there were some weird noises from inside there
Of course there were.
a little while ago.
It says alright.
Heard some clattering, and then it got quiet. I don't know what happened, but you might want to find out.
Oh, we are.
So, are you going in?
Yeah.
So as you go in, you look around. Some of the beds are now disheveled.
I was gonna say, as I go in, I'm pulling out ration.
Okay. As you go in, some of the beds are disheveled. Okay. And by disheveled, I mean like blankets are off, pillows are on the floor. There's some down feather from some of the pillows, like it got ripped up a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a couple like burning stains on the floor from what you assume is acid,
Perfect.
and your dragon is nowhere to be seen.
I knew you were gonna do that. You know.
Honestly, I rolled a d20 and the d20 said so. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This is great for me.
You know what? You know what? I'm assuming it's a castle's made of stone.
Mostly, yes.
The thing can't quite fly yet.
Can't fly, but there's definitely
So,
some cracks you can crawl through.
Where did it? Like I would there.
Are you
It's
gonna-
big enough that it's got to be at least like this big by now. So it's not
It's-
crawling through some tiny cracks. So
Think
there's
of,
got to be.
Think of like Maine Coon.
Yeah.
So he's not
But
huge, but he's a fairly large size.
yeah, with wings and stuff though, I feel like that it would be a decent sized crack for him to crawl through.
And he's
So
a smart
Is there
dragon.
anything?
Are you gonna look around the room?
I'm gonna look for an acid trip, something to show,
Look-
figure out where he escaped.
Roll investigation with advantage since you're specifically looking for your monster pet.
Out bad. 7 + 2, 8, 9.
So you managed to find a trail of scorch marks in the stone from like salivation that's near the bag of meat that you ripped open, and it leads back towards where you found that that wooden stave with the Y.
Okay.
You follow it?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you tracking it or are you just following it?
I'm gonna. I guess I'm following, but I got my ration. I'm like, kitty, 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 kitty.
You don't hear anything back in reply.
But more in like a.
Right. You hear nothing back in reply. As you're following this trail, it leads back and loops back around and kind of hops through some of the beds. And then goes back to the side, hops through more of the beds, and then it leads to this very large crack in the back of this dilapidated room that's large enough for a small dog to fit through.
Perfect.
You kind of see like scrape marks from claws. You do not see your dragon there.
He can't be this dumb. He can't be this dumb.
He's a preteen, bro. He wants to do what he
Can
wants.
okay, if I look through the crack, can I see what's on the other side? Is it like exiting the building? Is it into another room?
You see the outside portion of the very top of the castle.
Straight up dragon on a castle. All right. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to get to that, get out there, or ask the guard. If I can't figure it out on my own, I'm gonna try to ask the guard. Like, hey,
So
it's crack there.
Roll me investigation first.
20 nat.
Okay, so you think that it's got to be some way outside from the room
Okay.
because it looks like some type of large walking or patio area on the outside that'd be overlooking the castle before the battle ends.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go to the doors. I'm gonna explain what I saw.
To the guard? Or
I'm just gonna be like, hey, I saw an area like this through a crack in the wall. Do you know where it is?
the guard tells you to go through the double doors at the far end of the ballroom and it'll lead you to a room. That room has access to that area off of another set of double doors.
Going that way.
Okay, so you go out there and you come outside and you see a dead bird
Perfect.
laying on a very large fucking bird laying on the side of the this terrace, if you will, and you see your little dragon nibbling on it.
You know what? This is my fault. I only had one ration left, buddy. It's my fault. I didn't have more to leave you. Well, I got you more right here.
And he looks up and he looks at you and he goes, I don't want the rations anymore, Dad. These birds taste great. And he shoves his face back into the bird.
Hey, you know those carry disease, right?
And he just lets the acid dissolve it. And he goes, I don't think it's a problem for me. And he keeps eating.
I don't know.
He's like, bird flu or bust.
You know what? Touche.
Roll me and we'll handle it.
Touche. That's bad.
Did you roll
That's
again?
a 4.
He's ignoring you. He just wants to eat fresh meat now.
You know what?
That does.
They were doing great last week. I'm gonna stick to them. You know what? It's your natural instincts, man. Like,
You notice
it's
that there's
not your fault.
You notice that there's a series of birds' nests that are nested up here since it hasn't been used in a long
Yeah.
time. There are some eggs up there.
Mm.
There are still some live pigeons, but they're now flying around, freaked out that there's a large Maine Coon-sized cat eating one of the birds.
But yeah, like, hey, if you want to hunt these up here, as long as people aren't out here and you stay hidden, that's fine. Because I'm assuming like no one can see because it's so high up.
It's high up enough to where people
Yeah,
would
yeah.
notice. If he becomes a bigger dragon,
Yeah,
people will see
obviously.
him. And he won't fit through the crack anymore.
But like, you know what? I'll bring you rations. Like, please try to stay outside as much as possible, or stay outside if you have to eat the rations. And if there's people out here, don't eat the food that I give you, please.
And Bougie looks at you and he goes, I'll do my best, Dad, but I really want to come with you when you leave.
Oh,
If you let me come with you,
Listen.
I probably wouldn't run outside so much.
oh, I will do everything I'm doing everything in my power to make sure you can come with me.
And she like does that weird perch roll thing again and shoves her face back into the bird.
When you're done, come back in, please. I'm going inside.
Okay. And she just kind of, you hear like, and she just keeps eating the bird.
I'm gonna go back in and like start searching the room to see if there's any evidence of their guy.
Oh, that's not the guy, dude. So,
Yeah,
are you
chest.
going through all those chests?
Yeah, I'm just work through the room section by section,
So-
just checking chests.
You go through each of the
rooms.
chests, and just the base, like opening the chest and looking, you don't see anything that would specifically point out which of them would have belonged to this long night.
And not even that, just any. Yeah, I'm looking for but I'm looking to see if there's anything useful in any of them. Nothing.
Nothing really, no. They're mostly
Um,
empty. There's a couple that looks like they've been used recently, but from what you can tell, there's nothing left in them.
Is
of
there
use. It's more like absence of dust, is what you noted. Does that make sense?
in all of them?
Not
or
all
just
of them.
one?
Just a couple that knows like there was an absence of dust.
So on those rooms, I guess I would,
Those chests, because it's in the main ballroom right now.
It's hard for me. Because the way I'm picturing ballroom is open thing with like little individual offshoots.
Yeah, so
So
big open space.
Yeah.
12 beds, chests at the end.
Okay.
You have
So-
at the north end, you have double doors that lead to a room with that side door that just went outside.
Okay.
At the front, you have two double doors that lead to two separate rooms. Does that make sense? And then just bed, chest, bed, chest,
So
bed, chest, bed, chest.
okay, so any of the chests that were like that, I would probably flip the mattresses on those beds, trying to search area a little more thorough, see if I can find anything.
I'll roll me investigation. But
Nothing.
yeah, no, you don't find anything of note in those chests or on those beds.
Okay. Then I mean, I'm assuming it's kind of ransacked from the dragon.
Well, there's a lot of it's torn up. Yeah.
I'm gonna clean up an area
Okay.
for me and try to,
Designate your space.
So since we got 12 beds and there's 4 of us, I'm gonna grab some of those extra mattresses and try to build a bed for my
nice big king size bed.
Yeah, for my
Okay.
dragon.
That's fair. I like it, Picasso. You managed to knock that out in no time, and now you have a nice king size bed
Perfect.
with enough space for your dragon to cuddle you at night.
Yeah.
So,
I was giving him his own bed, but you know what?
California or
That's-
Alaskan?
Alaskan.
No. Kalaman.
Hey! Kalaskin. Okay. So you
I'm
guys,
doing that.
as you're finishing that, you guys are at the main gate. Are you walking outside the trade gate, heading towards the villagers now? Okay.
You're
So
headed to where the refugees were.
you've been doing that. So it's been about 30 minutes, and you've made it a quarter of the way towards where you guys landed on the boats.
That's fine. Let's keep walking.
Okay. Are you gonna join them, or are you staying inside the castle?
Well, I'm probably just gonna wait for my dragon to come back, and then before I join them, make sure he makes it back.
So he kind of does like a little bouncy happy walk back through the crack and just kind of jumps up on the bed and curls up next to you.
You fool!
And she just looks at you like, for now, give it 5 minutes.
You leave any birds left out there?
I gotta have a snack for later, right, Dad?
Yep, you're right. You're right. You gonna be all right if I go check on the refugees with these guys and
And Luigi's head pops up and she goes, "Can I come? I want to come. Let me go."
well, we gotta go. What's her name? The
Raven or
no, the
Marshall?
Marshall
Vendry. Marshall Vendry.
Vendry, yeah. We gotta go see her. I can't right now. I have no way to. You're getting too big. Like, there's no way for me to keep you out of sight. The way, and you literally look like the things that have displaced everyone in this city. So,
And Bougie goes, "But Dad, that nice lady in armor that doesn't like Fengari said I was fine earlier. Wouldn't I be fine now?"
you're fine with her, but you can't scare everyone. I promise you, within 3 days, we'll be doing our best.
And your dragon is sad, but she kind of stops cuddling you and says, "Fine," and just lays on one of the pillows.
Or I got a present coming for you.
She goes, "I don't think I'm gonna like it." She's starting to be sassy at you. She doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
You know what? I'm taking it back.
Fine. And now she's being a grumpy teenager. There you go. So, are you leaving to try and catch up with them now? Or are you
Yeah,
staying?
I'm gonna
Okay.
leave. I'm gonna have the guard give me a bucket of water first. Leave that in there, like.
You still have plenty of water
Stuff
from
it.
before. She didn't manage
Well,
to
another
walk it
bucket
over.
just in case.
Yeah. Okay. So he drops off the bucket and everything else.
Yeah.
Um, And as you head out, you get through the gate. You guys make it 3/4 of the way there as he's leaving the gate to make it the rest of the way. So as you guys reach the camp, Darrett is starting to help get all the villagers in. They've probably gotten, between the help of the Kalaman soldiers, Raven, him, and some more able-bodied villagers, probably a third to half of the villagers into the carts for transit. And he walks up to all of you and says, "You were supposed to be here an hour ago. What happened? Didn't we just talk about responsibility?" And now you can sense that he's starting a little big for his britches. He's taking on that aspect of Becklin a little hard.
Somebody had to secure lodging for you.
And he looks, he goes, "No, I already said I'd join her. I already have a room on the 3rd floor of the castle."
Correct.
You're so fed up with it right now.
Should be like,
You'll learn. But you're doing a good job here. Just remember, Humble thyself.
And he just looks at you.
Before direct thyself.
And he looks at you. He goes, I don't have time for it. And like, he's like, we gotta help these people. And he looks at all of you and he says, you've healed them before. You've protected me. You guys are both quite strong. Please, let's get them all in at least to the trade camp so they can get settled down for the night, and then we can at least sleep and report to Vendry. We're running out of daylight. It's about 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon now. You probably won't get them back till 6 or 7, at what point it'll be sunset.
Well, why are you still talking, Dirt? Let's go.
And Derek suddenly
Waiting on you, bud.
Derek turns around and he goes, and just turns around and starts walking again. You get the sense that he's frustrated and trying really hard to help them, but he's starting to get overwhelmed.
That's fine.
So
It breeds character.
as
He said, "You gotta fail to win, or fail to grow."
Yep.
so are you guys helping out?
Yes.
No, I'm standing there watching him.
Hey, bro, totally
No,
fine.
Oh, we're helping.
Okay, so as you guys are getting them all in, you guys get 3/4 of the village, or another quarter in, 3/4 total. As he walks up to finish to you guys, and he runs into Fingari first, and then he slowly sees Calavar probably 3 carts down the way, and then he sees you grabbing the same kid he grabbed earlier by the scruff of the neck. And the kid's just kicking and screaming and saying something about minotaurs, and Raven's just laughing and shaking her head. Is there anything you'd like to do, say?
Word bird is what's our mission? What Derek
Can
say?
recall, trying
No,
to
we
get
just
there
gotta
faster, or
get
like
these guys to the
Totally
trade camps.
could. You guys know the distance now too, so it'd be
You'll
yeah.
see that everyone's
Advantage plus a
starting to load up
D4
wagons
probably.
and
Well, I was
shit like
asking
that.
more because she said like we had to hit him up to find out what our mission was for the next day or whatever. I thought, right? She was saying we were supposed to hit Derek
It's
to
like
find out what the mission is and stuff.
20.
He would tell you the next day, but you should be
Okay.
reporting to Vendry's office before the end of the night.
Okay.
I think our first priority is getting these guys
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the trade
26.
camps.
I was
You
just-
could easily recall
sorry, I
way
was
straight back to the
assuming
trade camps.
Yeah, I was thinking it was
Cool.
that
And you could
day,
probably
so
get there in
I
about an
was-
hour and a half,
I was gonna-
assuming
okay,
that the
we're gonna make it
injured
to Vendry's office in
aren't
time.
an issue.
Yep.
So, but you don't
Okay.
think they will
Don't
be.
need to rush.
Sweet.
Main priority is the
Perfect.
refugees.
For Foogies. There's starving Marvin out here. Alright, I'm out out.
Get them to the camp.
I'm out.
So he managed to recall perfectly how to get back. So long as the injured don't hold you guys up at all, you should be able to get back and save 30 minutes on time.
Cool. Beautiful.
So you guys load up. It's about 5 o'clock. You get back by 6:30, and as you get into the trade camps, the Kalaman military begins to help you guys unload the villagers. And Raven and Derek, abreast of each other, walk up to you and say, "Okay, we need to set up an infirmary, and we need to get them bunked down for the night." And Raven looks at Calabar and says, "You've healed before. Can you see to the infirmary?"
Sure can.
And then she looks at the other 3 of you and says, "You guys have got to be stronger than you look. And you already look pretty damn strong. I think you broke the grass crab, but it's burned now, so it doesn't matter.
Dang. Savage.
Can you please see to accommodations? At least get them bed down, maybe help fix up a couple things in some of these rooms." And then she looks at all of you, and Derek kind of looks at her, and he goes, "I need to report to Vendry, but I wish I could help more." And she says, "No, it's fine. Go on." And Derek turns and leaves, and he says to all of you guys, he says, "I'll see you tomorrow." And he leaves. And then she again looks at all of you and says, "Please help any way you can before you leave for the night."
Yep.
Okay.
So
As Derek goes away, we're like, we're not going to see you in the morning. We'll see you in a couple hours.
okay. So throughout the shanty town, I don't have a map for it, but you guys if you search hard enough, you could probably find a good spot for an infirmary. And there's probably 3 or 4 buildings that have like dilapidated doors, leaks in the roofs.
I
things
use
that patch up.
prestidigitation to make a red cross
I like
on
it.
one of the flaps.
I like it. Turns into a crescent on accident. I like it. Actually, just a red moon for you.
Yeah.
So,
Big red dot.
big red dot. Japan is proud.
It could be crescent.
Yeah. Well, for a red sun or red moon is the
okay.
symbol of his god,
Okay.
and the symbol of the red robes. So you managed to set it up. You guys probably have about 50 to 60 villagers that need to get put into the infirmary, not for life critical situations, but just triage and health upkeep. While you're finishing that, carts are starting to come out from town that are bringing food. Are you guys helping up with some of the leaks in the broken buildings and everything else?
Basically shantytown.
Yep. It's a shantytown is what it is. Yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, because I don't know.
They're gonna help build, little shelters for people. I'm gonna come fall behind and tear them down.
Okay, perfect. So roll me survival checks to make sure you guys can do it and do it properly.
We'll use the force.
Luke?
That's a 20. Oh.
Yeah. She happy.
Not 20.
That's a 5.
Is it a
Is
green
that
dice?
19
Oh, it's a Ford dice.
plus my 2?
So 21.
Ford.
So with your nat
I
20,
have Ukotoa.
you managed to fix 3 or 4 of the problems of about 10 total perfectly. Okay. With your 19, you get like another third of that completed, but everything that Drip has touched has been made worse. It's broken, but now the hinges are kind of falling off more.
Oh, I can hide in this. It's okay.
The roof leaked, but now the hole's a little bit wider. So you guys still probably have 3 buildings that need a little bit more fixes on them.
I'm such a bad structure.
Another 20. Jeez.
Another nat 20. So he comes behind you while you're like, oh, this is perfectly fine. And he fixes all of it with no problem with patched up wood and gets the hinges back on just fine.
Hey, we bugbears use dirt.
These
So-
are bugbears.
It's been about an hour and a half. It's about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And it's getting to the point where you guys need to report to Vendry. Is there anything you want to say or do? Talk to Raven before you bail. Bah, Felicia.
Let's go.
I stand back and look at all the work he fixed behind me, not knowing, and go, damn, I do good work.
And as you say that, Raven walks up and she just pats you in the back. She goes, if only you know how much better we made it.
Sure did, buddy.
And she looks at you and she goes, I never was told by Derek. Was there any news from the council meeting? All he told me is that he's working for the Kalaman military now, but I didn't hear anything else.
We've secured a lot, resources for y'all.
Well, I guessed that, and she kind of gestures to the whole town. He told me we had security, we had food, and somewhere to stay, but that's all he said. Like, is there anything else?
It's probably what's, I think that's good enough for you to know. I mean, the less you know is probably puts you in less danger.
And she just cocks an eye like, I like danger.
Well, you got people to take care of.
She goes,
Danger doesn't protect them.
And she looks at you and she goes, I'm not a mayor anymore. Vogler burned. We have to earn our keep.
Earn it by helping the people and working with others to.
Others, the people of Vogler,
Mm.
or the people of Kalaman?
You're gonna have to help people of Kalaman now.
I'm just gonna start walking towards the.
Bye. And she goes, well, he's out. Okay. And she goes, I don't know how we can help the people of Kalaman. There's got to be some way we can convince the council to let us stay and join them. I'm just not sure what.
You're the mayor of your people.
I'm not
Figure
a
it
mayor.
out.
Vogler's no longer a thing.
You're still a mayor at heart. Figure it out.
That's the most Master Sergeant answer ever. I don't know. Figure it out. Fucking hell.
Hey, I can't tell you how to help your people. You gotta figure it out. Do what you think's best.
You guys aren't going to mention anything about joining them or fighting for Kalaman, nothing. Two of you hadn't said shit. One of you went bye-bye.
I think that just puts them in more danger, in my opinion, so I'm not gonna say nothing.
No, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll talk more. Just get some rest.
And she looks at you and she goes, well, we have beds for you. I assume you're staying with us. Because again, she has no fucking clue what you guys did.
We have to go meet with a member of the council, and it is.
Time sensitive.
We're helping Derek.
So
He's going through some things.
she stops for a second. She goes, so you joined the military too? Because he said that he was meeting with Vendry, who's a member of the council as well.
Yeah, not necessarily members of the military. We're just helping out in exchange. They kind of came to an agreement that the handful of us and Derek would do them a favor for Voglerians' safety.
And as soon as you say that, she goes, "That's what we can do. Myself, the rest of the militia, we'll help them. We'll join them as well."
We will let them know
She goes, "Thank you."
that you were at their call.
And then she goes, "I heard Picard's the older made a showing.
Yeah, fuck him.
Have you guys seen him since the meeting?"
We haven't. I think he might have drowned.
And she just laughs. She goes,
He's
"Gotta hope he did."
Knowing him, he probably didn't.
Well, if you guys can be my voice when I'm not around, because I can't trust that one, I'd appreciate it. And then she reaches out, she clasps each of your hands, and she says, "Have a good night. Hopefully I see you tomorrow."
As we turn away,
She's disappointed. You motherfucker.
as we turn away and walk toward the marshals, she stands there and the sun's going down. Music is playing. Us are just walking away from her into the town.
With Bacchus way in the front because he couldn't handle the shit. He's like, "Nope.
Oh yeah.
Too sentimental. Can't do it." Me no likey.
Yeah, we make our way, follow Bacchus to
So,
Vendors.
So you guys have two options with your wife's character. Do you want her to stay in the infirmary out of the camp with the Voglerians, or do you want her to stay in your essentially barracks on the 4th floor and be tended to by the clerics, or at least the healers of the Kalaman military?
I say leave her.
Fuck my wife.
I'm saying she has a
Ain't no
dragon,
way,
she
bro.
has a dragon with her if she's in another one.
We should get
I mean, it's a party decision.
eaten.
Where you guys want her to be.
She'll get eaten.
I feel like wherever we go, she goes type thing. Because when she jump back in, just
She just wakes up in an infirmary
there.
outside, and like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
we're like 50 miles that way.
Yeah, say, yeah, we can leave her in the barracks,
Okay.
the same room that we're all in.
Okay. So, with that, you guys are like secure essentially like a horse or a donkey. And she kind of gets propped up on it on top of the neck, and you guys manage to get her. You guys like holding the reins of the donkey, and it's following you guys up to the keep, if you will. So, you guys are traveling through town towards the keep at this point?
To Vendors.
Yes.
Where's Vendry's on here?
It's,
The cast.
again, at Castle Kalaman.
For some reason I thought it was somewhere else.
No, it's all good, dude.
Well, no, because I thought earlier you said it was like a 2-hour. Never mind.
No, that was to get back and forth from
Okay.
the
Oh, the
villagers.
camp.
Yep.
Okay.
So, okay. So, you guys make it there. You get to the courtyard, and a couple of the guards kind of rush up towards the donkey and say, "Hey, if you guys want, we can help get her upstairs."
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, they help her get off the donkey. They will get her upstairs and rested, and they'll get a healer to go look at her wounds, quote unquote. So, Vendry's office. I need to pull her up because you guys make me flip like crazy today.
Pull up.
So, where is it? It's mage. So her office should be on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
So essentially, you guys would need to go up to the 2nd floor and find it. We'll say you guys do, in the sake of time, 'cause it's already 10 till 10. And when you get into her office, you find that Marshal Vendry's office is quite spare. It holds little more than a desk heaped with documents, shelves filled with rolled scrolls, and a board on which is pinned a map of the surrounding province of Nightland. Vendry stands as you enter. "Thank you for coming. I won't mince words. We're in the dark regarding the dangers I fear are fast approaching our gates, and your role will be to change that. But first, you must have questions." Yeah.
Can we assume I just went and got my dragon brought to the office with us?
Sure.
Go. I feel like I don't want to leave it alone. I don't have to.
Yeah, things like wrapped around your shoulders.
Yeah,
so-
I feel like it's something right.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's actually doing that like perch chortle thing again. That sounds really awkward, like grating gravel. Because it's happy to be with
It's a
the party.
Vitamix full of gravel.
Exactly. It's just happy to be with the party.
So, what do you need us to do exactly?
And she looks at you as you ask that question, and she holds out her hand, and she's got like a pendant for each of you. It's blue and gold. It has the symbol of Kalaman in the center, of which I have yet to actually find in the book, but I'll get it for you guys eventually. Sure, that. I like it. And it's got the symbol in the center,
Or something.
and the like gilding of it, the way it looks more important than you'd think. And she says, "This represents your rank within our military. You're not akin to a commander, but you're also not just a simple foot soldier. You're a bit in between. Kind of think of it as a lieutenant, like I said before. Your job specifically will be to more or less deal with these dragon armies as we find their incursions throughout Nightland, and to provide us as much information as you can as to what they are, how organized they are, and what dangers they pose. You will be an elite corps, if you will, that handles the missions that my soldiers can't."
Okay.
Yeah, sounds alright.
So,
About what we gathered from.
exactly the same stuff that Derek told you.
You know,
right?
that's kind of what we assumed.
Yeah. So, any other questions you guys have for me?
What's our mission tomorrow then?
And she just kind of smiles and she goes, "I'll let Derek tell you that first thing in the morning."
Is Derek a commander now?
And she smiles again. She goes, "Not quite a commander. But again, that's his information to tell."
Interesting.
Derek got that promotion.
Is Derek with us?
No.
Okay, so he's holler first, and then we'll meet him up in the room.
Yeah. You guys didn't manage to get to the office, and he was done with his meeting and left by the time you got there.
He's come a long way. There's a lot in him that he can give that he doesn't know yet. He's feeling a bit overwhelmed, as are all of the Voglerians. That's what they're called now. He may not say it. He will do anything you ask willingly and with honor. Just go. Remember, he needs to breathe.
And
Don't ask too much.
she'll look at you and she'll nod. She goes, "My best commanders have been that way. And I was good friends with his mentor, and I often received information on his training, so I know how well he's been trained. And I can only imagine what you're all feeling right now. He is meant to..." Huh?
Just said tired.
and she goes, he's meant to lead in a capacity that you guys will be proud of. Worry not, he'll be in good hands.
Better be. Or I'll cut
We
ya.
go fight. We'll catch you. And then she says, "Dara brought word that some people of the Voglerians, as they're now called, have offered to help. Is Raven aware of this?"
Speaking of that, we spoke with Raven as well. She is at your mercy. She is thankful for Kalaman's help and service to her refugee Voglerians, for everything that you've done for them, and she will see it as an honor that her and her militiamen can help where they may with your militia.
And she nods. She goes, "Somehow, some way, we'll determine a way that they can benefit Vogler's military, whether it's through training first, guard duties. Somehow, we will honor their request. They're all part of Nightland."
Pay their way.
Exactly. And then she looks at you guys and she says, "The details of your assignment tomorrow are still being ironed out, so don't go looking for Derek for all the details yet. He has a base idea. However, You guys will enjoy the assignment, I'm sure. You seem like the rough and tumble, beat up some bad people type. And then she looks at Fengar and she goes, "Don't forget, 20."
Spade.
And she goes, "Oh no, out of your." Doesn't trust you.
Oh.
If
I know.
Garrett's not already asleep, well, he better be, and we will be soon.
And she just nods. She goes, "Sleep well. Tomorrow will be a busy day." And she goes, "Has anybody shown you to your accommodations yet?"
This guy.
And she looks at you and she goes, "Did you really just invite yourself around our castle?"
I had a, this whole situation that I couldn't just,
And she
by
goes,
the way, I ate all your birds.
and she goes, "Birds are pests anyway. Eat away." Damn pigeons. And she goes, "You probably would have been fine if you just said I said you were fine anyway, but sure, not a problem."
That's pretty much what we told him. I paid for some meat.
Fuck me.
I was going to ask her, so Sir Thalion.
Who?
You said Sir Thalion. Edwin.
Thalion, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Eldrin Thalion.
Yeah,
I was expecting Sir Eldrin.
Sir Prissy Pants. So you said he might have left stuff up there, researched the whole area, and didn't find anything. Is there anywhere else?
Well, did you check in the rooms adjacent to the ballroom or just in the ballroom?
Which room specifically?
The one's closest to the door on the left was the one he was staying in.
Yeah. yeah.
She
Okay.
goes, "Check in there. I'm sure you'll find something."
Okay.
Didn't check the rooms on the side.
Well, I thought it was. That's why I was confused because I thought you said they're rooms, but then
They're not-
I was.
yeah.
I was. So I was picturing the ballroom having not like rooms, but they weren't like front.
No,
like,
so think of like a cross.
It's my fault. Yeah, I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
So, yeah, that's what she says. And then I
That's
coyly
why I-
smile as the DM, like, "Bro."
That's why I was kind of confused. It's hard for me to visualize sometimes.
That's fine. I'm just gonna give you shit because it's more fun that way.
Well, have a good night.
And she nods and says, "Don't forget to grab your first week's pay from my clerk before you leave." The clerk is like right out front. Yeah. And then she looks at you and she goes,
Oh,
"You actually get paid since your friend covered your debt."
yeah.
She goes, "Don't you dare gamble with my men while you're working for us. I know how you play. And I know you won't pay up."
I'll collect them.
She goes, "If I find that you're gambling with my people, you'll owe me longer time with no pay."
They'll just owe me interest next time.
Right? She doesn't trust you. Not at all.
So good.
So, and with that, are you guys staying or are you leaving? Ask some
I'm
questions.
going to check those rooms before bed real quick.
Going to catch money and go to sleep.
Okay. So you can each add 5 gold to your inventory.
Yes.
Which I'm assuming you already did.
Yeah. Already.
No, I was just doing it.
That's why he was like, "Oh hell yeah, money." And then you guys make your way back up to the 4th floor. The guard offers to lead you because he was expecting to have to lead you because it's not the same guard. And he was like, "Nah, fam, we know where we're going." He's like, "The fuck? All right, good luck, guys."
This is our castle now.
And you guys just make your way up.
Can we find the deed to the castle somewhere?
It's our house now.
We now own.
Hey, you don't work here anymore.
And you
I'm
guys,
the lieutenant now.
I'm the lieutenant now. And you guys make it up to the top floor ballroom.
Okay.
Are you looking in the room?
I'm going to the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go through the room. There,
I open the room.
you open the room.
Yeah.
You see some documents on a desk.
Mhm.
You see a chest that's partially propped open. A single traveler's bag is in there. And then, like, inside the chest, there's nobles clothing.
Okay.
And, like, 2 days worth of rations.
Well, I need those rations. I'll grab that stuff out of the chest. Make sure there's nothing else.
Okay.
And then the bag, I'll search the bag first.
Okay, so in the bag you find a purse of 15 gold, 20 silver.
Oh, add that. 15... 20... He says 20 electrum.
Oof.
Alright.
And then you find, what the hell is it? I can't think of the name right now. That stone that you can talk to people with. I can't think.
Sending stone.
Thank you. You find one sending stone, not two, just one.
Okay.
Dude, Viha's blowing it up right now.
So one sending stone, add. Back. And then just sending stone. You said noble skulls?
Mm-hmm.
Are those in here?
Just type in clothes. Something should pop up. I don't think it's actually called Noble's Clothes, but it's like high-end clothing.
Clothes fine.
Yeah, sure.
Add backpack. And then what else?
Oh, you already added the money?
Yeah, the money.
You
Clothes.
get just that. There's
Sending stone.
then there's documents
Alright.
on the... And there, like I said, there's a bag in there you could probably use as a satchel since yours has now been ripped open and meat filled.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's my new backpack.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
And then...
Is it a bag of devouring?
God, it's a mimic. And then I guess I'll go over the documents.
So you look at these
Start looking
documents.
through 'em.
It's not a language you recognize.
Hey guys, anyone read Pig Latin over here?
All right. Is anybody else looking at the documents?
I left already.
I yell out of the room.
Are you in the room or are you leaving?
I yell out to them if they're not in there.
Yeah.
I'll just yell out to them.
He's
like, "Hey."
just off the ballroom. He's like right
Yeah.
next to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. I don't read any other.
You read Ergot, Minotaur, and Common.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do
Should
I
be both of you guys. Ergot, Minotaur, and Common.
Yeah, go on.
It just happens to be an air god. I don't know what that is.
Is it?
Hey, smart guy, you read any of this mumbo jumbo fancy writing, noble stuff?
What is it right now?
I have no clue.
Documents. He's just bringing you guys.
I don't know. I don't know. the language.
So is anybody else looking at this?
No, yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
I guess
they
I'll go
knew
look
what
because
that
you're
okay,
making
so
so much
get
noise.
this.
You two do not recognize
Oh,
the language.
okay.
Calabar recognizes some of the runes as Sylvanesti. However, the language, like what's written here, isn't just Sylvanesti. It's a combination of Sylvanesti and a secondary language that Calabar thinks might be Solamnic, but he's not sure.
Yep, Solamnic.
You guys Solamnic?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could make it out, but I need to write what it means. So we will get to that next week.
Yep.
But in essence, it's talking about the Solamnic Knights, what the Sending Stone's for, and what his mission was.
As I look at it, look it over, take a big yawn. It's just a shopping list. And then Calzbar goes and lays down.
Nice.
Damn.
Very nice. So, I will write up what that document means for next week. I wasn't planning on you guys searching this shit yet, but you guys always throwing curveballs. I like it. That should be your
That's
name,
how it
the
goes.
curveballs.
That's how it goes, though. That's just normal.
So,
You can plan out every detail. In 5 minutes, it's gone.
yeah, I mean, you guys
Everything's
basically did most of this chapter today. There's probably 3 more things in it, and then you guys are on the next fucking chapter.
Yeah, we didn't explore Kalaman at all.
No, I mean, to be honest, your main purpose was the villagers, and you guys
Yeah,
said fuck
so,
the villagers for
yeah.
most of the time anyway.
Well, I probably would have explored more, but it like the way it was going, I'm like, all right, we're really
Actually, I
just
did want to
driving
find
off.
sending stones. I wanted to go see if I could buy some, but
You guys found
maybe
one.
this will be good.
Who's on the other end? You're not sure, but you found one.
Hey, you.
They don't know I found one though. I read it before they got in there, so
They don't know that you have a sending stone.
yeah.
Well, the document that I just read spoke about
So there was
the
a sending stone.
It would, yes. It would speak about a sending stone, and it would also speak about the recipient on the other end.
So we'll find out next week.
So yeah, exactly.
On the next episode.
So you guys, are you guys sleeping, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're sleeping.
I'm gonna go to my Kalaman King.
Gotta,
Kalaman King.
gotta recharge
You
my
guys
luck.
get a long rest. You don't need to worry about standing guard. You guys have a guard out front. Okay.
Wasn't going to anyway.
Good shit. So.
War is coming to Kryn.